squared.
It's based on our names.
It is. Well, actually, it's not because this. If you didn't notice, this man, I don't even know what we're doing anymore. I have an imposter in the chair.
I'm growing out my bangs.
Are you buck naked?
I'm growing out my bangs.
Well, it's porn star shit.
You think so?
70s porn star.
No, dude. Dude, not below the lips. This is police officer shit.
Okay.
Right?
Well,
like if I had it down here.
Do you get the buck naked reference?
No.
When George comes in the Seinfeld episode, he's like, I just thought of an awesome name for if I was a porn star. Buck naked. And he's so happy.
Oh.
And like Jerry's like, yeah, you told me this like multiple times years ago.
So when you see me, you think of George Costanza.
No, I just love Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Nothing about you.
Don't lie.
No, you're not George Bald though. You're just fucking bald.
If I grew out my hair, I would be George Bald.
Oh yeah.
I
Can
mean,
we do that
right now?
dude? Can you do that? Halloween? Oh fuck, we don't have enough time before Halloween.
Yeah. Well, I just shaved. I could have George.
He looks fresh though. Comments on his look. What do you like? The beard, the no beard, the mustache, the no mustache. I told him he should go hairless cat, like Mr. Bigglesworth, and just shave your eyebrows and your everything.
So here's briefly to describe the dilemma. The beard was growing out, longest I'd ever grown it, and it was getting curly and just like stringy. And I tried trimming it up. Simmons said, "Hey, a couple times," because I was explaining to you, I was like, every time I eat a sandwich or a slice of pizza, I'm eating like beard and mustache hair. I'm like, this is like a couple times you commented like, "Hey, you got something right here." And I'm like, what the hell? So I tried trimming it. It's too patchy for me to evenly trim it. And as a bald man, I need to have some sort of hair. I need to, especially as a pale bald man. Like if I'm pale and bald and I was just completely like I just bicked everything.
You look like Frank in the quarantine episode from Sunny. He just saves every bit of hair.
I want to be pure. Yeah, it's kind of like that's how I feel. If I had a little bit of sun, I mean, keep a little bit of the face.
You look good though.
Thank you.
And again, in the comment section, let Caps know what to do with his facial hair, with his hair, with his body, with anything. Well, tattoos, piercings.
You would describe. You mentioned the mutton chops because I remember a year or two ago. You kept the stash. You just got rid of this. You had some sick sideburns. Mm-hmm. I wish I had thought of that prior.
I do that just to piss off my wife.
Do you?
Just for a day or two before I shave it all off. I want to have some fun with it. So I'll do like the sideburns and the mustache, but I do like the Robert E. Lee or whatever, like the old Confederate looking thing.
Yeah.
And then I go to the bowling alley and Justin and Rolling Balls are like, "You're a racist fuck." I'm like, dude.
Oh, is that racist?
It's racist. It's racist facial hair.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No kidding. They say that.
No, I was kidding. They don't say that.
Oh,
like,
okay.
they think it.
Oh, no, they don't.
Yes, they do.
We think that. We think.
Yeah,
we think that you're racist.
So I do that, and then I'll just go with the petty mustache. Yeah. Yours isn't a petty mustache, but mine is.
So
you should go with the Hitler stash. This man loves Hitler.
No.
We're real big fans of Hitler around this show.
No, so real quick, before we dive into it, I trimmed because it grew in pretty nice right here. Yeah. But then when it started getting down here, which actually connected the rest of the beard, it was really stringy. And that was I was slowly eating those hairs every time I took a bite of a sandwich, right?
So you don't like eating hairs?
No, so I trimmed right here, and it looked too bad. I'm like, this doesn't look balanced. So I trimmed the salt or the flavor saver, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Flavor saver. And then I tried trimming these because I see a lot of the cool kids now have it kind of it's shorter and then grows in here. And the thing is, I have a patch, so when I'm trying to trim right here, I trim the part that's covering. My comb over.
It's kind of like Jamie Lee Curtis's son /
No.
Oh yeah, you don't want to get into
We're talking about my beard. Yeah. Don't compare my beard to its beard. Justin Long's chubby younger brother's beard.
Or sister.
That's what my mustache would have looked like if I had kept it up though. Is Justin Long's younger brother's
right. Daughter or whatever. All right, so we said
anyways
we were going to keep this short. By the way, we've been having some fun today. Got some Fireball. Got some
holiday beers.
Yeah, new sponsor, Goose Island, 7.5% Christmas IPA.
We got. Oh, actually, I don't know if you can't see.
it
We
up
got Coors
there.
Light. We got
Yeah.
Fireball behind.
We got some
Dimmer.
sponsors up here.
We got Maker's Mark. They don't know they sponsor us
Well,
yet.
what's funny is before we even started recording, you're like, let's keep this short. And we just do an 8-minute or whatever monologue about
My facial hair.
just great. I love it. It's going to be a fun episode, I can already tell.
Let's do
I
it.
hope you can too. All right, this is the
Stay
week.
tuned for some actual information.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay, we're going to talk about every player's facial hair.
Oh, shit.
Maybe we can move down to the pubic region.
I can't wait till we get to Gardner.
Ooh, that man's got a good mustache.
Yes.
All right, so if you didn't know, we didn't mention this. This is the Week 7 recap show
Oh yeah. That's what we're doing.
with a little bit of flavor saver action.
Also,
And Buck Naked, my co-host Buck
no,
Naked.
also everyone, I'm worried about. I kept the beard so long because
You don't have
I'm
a
out of
double chin.
shape.
Not really, bro. It's a little bit, but it's not a triple chin.
What'd
so
you say?
You're fine.
Okay.
All right, Thursday
What?
Night Football.
This is a good pause then.
Thursday Night Football. Broncos at Browns. Kind of a bad game, but competitive. Browns had it all away. So Broncos were Browns won 17-14. I can't talk. Browns ran 71 snaps to the Broncos 50. And we called this 2 weeks ago if you've been watching. The Broncos are frauds. They were frauds. They started off 3-0 because of wins between both. They beat both New York teams and the Jags. Like early season Jags was even worse than now Jags. That's like using Carlos Hyde and bullshit.
Early
Jags.
season, didn't the Jags get a win week 1? So
No, they lost to the fucking Texans week 1, dude.
Oh, Texans got.
Yeah, my memory, son. Alrighty, so this game, Teddy Bridgewater was really bad. He was 23 of 33 for 187. Did have 2 touchdowns. One of them was a late touchdown and 1 pick. It wasn't great. The Browns' defense is legit. That's one thing they do have. They're always going to have. And, whoa. All right. Javonte Williams ended up having a nice touchdown. Towards the end, it was a reception. So he played 42%. Melvin Gordon played 58%. So it's still that 45-55 split. Javonte Williams, I've been saying it every week. He's the better player. I know you've been seeing it. He's just got more juice.
No, he has. Yeah, definitely has some talent in those bones.
Yeah, and the nice thing is that they're starting to lose. So for you Javonte Williams owners, do not jump ship. It's hard to start him, but he's still been getting you 8 to 10 a week and half PPR. This week, I think he had 20 yards rushing. He added in 6 for 32 through the air and a touchdown. So, he got you 13. We want them to be losing, so we want them to just kind of give the reins to Williams. The more they're competitive, the more they're going to go split and go Gordon. I know you disagree with me on this one. We've been
a little bit. Here's the biggest reason why is because Jerry Jeudy's coming back this week.
okay. Open up the offense.
I think Jerry Jeudy's conservatively a top 20 receiver. I think has top 15 talent, right? So
We love him.
Yeah.
Is it okay to
We
is it okay to say that?
So with Jeudy, with him coming back, I think he's a premier talent at the receiving position. I think that opens up the offense quite a bit. I don't expect the Broncos to be as bad as they have been. I mean, they've been decimated with injuries on the offensive end. They really have. Whether it's Bridgewater or any of all their receivers, really.
Yeah.
So
A little bit on defense too. So
I personally I still expect the essentially the 50-50 split. Judy's going to come back. John Brown's there now.
Well, let me give you their next 5 games here, and this will kind of give you a snapshot into where we're going here. So this is a must-win for them. It's at home against the Redskins, the football team.
Yeah.
So if they win this game, they'll be 4-4. If they lose this game, they're 3-5, and then they have the Cowboys at Dallas. That's a loss.
Okay.
3-6. Then they have Eagles. They're at home against the Eagles. Eagles suck, but that's still like a pick'em game. Then you have at home against the Chargers, and then at Chiefs. Both those are probably losses. So the thing is, they need to go 2-1 their next 2 games, or after that Chiefs game, if they don't go 2-1, they're going to be 4-7. At that point, you think it's late in the year, but with the added game for fantasy, you still have 5 weeks of Javonte Williams possibly getting that role.
Yeah, I think you're overestimating the.
Vic Fangio's being a moron?
Well, no, just the fact that if they start struggling and let's say they know they're going to miss the playoffs, I don't think they're going to stop giving handoffs to Melvin Gordon. It may flip the other way a little bit for Williams. It may flip like 55-45 the other way, but I don't.
Well, that's all I need, man. I just need 18 touches from that guy.
Has Gordon been getting 18 touches?
No. Well, I'd say 60-40. It's just me. My rose, colored.
It's been 50-50.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the leading back has probably been getting 10 to 12 touches a game, I'm guessing. So, like, that's the best scenario, unless Melvin Gordon gets hurt.
Right.
That's the
or
best
traded,
scenario.
but it's hard to trade running backs.
Not this.
You never know. Maybe the Ravens.
I do know.
Maybe the Ravens realize that all their old running backs and Tyson Williams blow. Sorry, Tyson.
I do know.
Okay, well, let's talk about the wide receivers real quick, because we did talk about Jerry Jeudy coming back.
Yeah.
Pound it. We love that man. Sorry, that hurt?
No.
I get a little fired up there.
No.
It's the shoulder.
No.
You pounded it way harder with me.
No, that little tap.
So Jerry Jeudy's coming back. So if you have Cortland Sutton, he's been playing well. He had 5 for 68 in this game. Trade Cortland Sutton right now if you can get cost for him, because his stocks, he's not going to get the target share. Tim Patrick, probably release his ass. Right? Like he was nice, but he only had 2 catches for 16 yards and 5 targets in this game.
I mean, you know how I feel about John Brown. Even preseason. I think John Brown is a top 30 talent in the league. I still believe that. I still do. I don't think that the reason he got released from the Raiders was because he was expected to play a backup role, which he didn't want. He found a spot where he finally come in. I think John Brown makes more of an impact. I do agree with your getting rid of Cortland.
Yeah. You know what's ironic about John Brown? Do you remember he had the sickle cell? He had sickle cell or whatever?
Okay.
The sickle cell trait. Remember how they used to hold him out in Denver games?
Just the altitude.
Yeah. And then the fucking Broncos signed him? And granted, this game, the first game he was active was in Cleveland. So was that a 1-week thing? Because 3 years ago, if he couldn't play in Denver, or they didn't want to play him, is this team going to run him out there in the altitude and have him die?
I would know.
I don't even know what sickle cell does. I know it's only in African Americans.
I think it's something with the amount of oxygen that your red blood cell. I shouldn't even. I shouldn't be speaking because I don't know for sure.
Right.
I think it's something to do with the way that your body absorbs oxygen.
Okay. Real quick, we are not the authority on sickle cell stuff.
Yeah. So I think the idea was that when he's playing at high altitude, more often than not, that the lack of oxygen will do something. Okay. I don't know what that.
Right. Well said. I like it.
What the consequences.
Sounds good. I mean, it sounds right. So.
But at this point in his career, I think he's saying,
fuck it.
Well, he may be a little extra tired after the games, but if it's not going to kill him to earn $1 million,
maybe he can get a Deshaun Watson massage.
Yeah. Maybe.
All right. Noah Fant. We love Noah Fant here.
Yeah.
We do. Every time I say that, we have to take a shot. We'll both be dead. No, I lump you in there.
Yeah.
We'll be dead by the end of the episode. Good thing we just have Fireball, folks.
You can lump me in with Noah Fant.
Okay. Yeah. He had 7 targets, 5 for 39, so he's getting the volume. I feel like Sutton takes a step back with Jerry Jeudy. I feel like Fant's going to be Noah Fant. If anything, he's going to have maybe less volume, but I see the offense being better and more touchdowns. Because he hasn't been catching touchdowns. But he is a number 1 or number 2 red zone option on that team. So hold pat with Noah Fant. Agreed?
Oh yeah, it's with Fant. When I actually watch him, he was a trade target of mine for a while. But when I actually watch him after I finally acquired him, even though he had a very mediocre pedestrian game, 4 for 40 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I still came away impressed with what he was doing.
He's scary with the ball in his hand. He looks imposing.
With the Browns, to me, I'll just say this: it's different tiers of teams.
Different tiers of teams.
Like we were talking pre-game with Case Keenum. Like they might be better passing with Case Keenum. Like what did I do? I bet everything over Case Keenum passing yards.
You did. And
touchdowns.
Got screwed, but he did okay. He played okay, right?
Barely. Yeah. Well, the second half sucked, but either way. My point is Case Keenum is not a significant drop-off from Baker, and the rest of the team is still good, even without Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
They are a championship team.
Yeah, their O-line's good.
They're a champion.
They dominate the line of scrimmage.
They literally lost their best 3 players, and there's the reigning 2 of the best 5, Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham, were both hampered.
Yep.
And they still won the game. So.
Yep. All right, so Dearness Johnson killed it, 22 for 146 and a touchdown. Added a couple catches too, I believe. Yeah, 2 for 22 through the air. He looked like a poor man's Nick Chubb out there.
Yeah.
Not quite as fast like north-south speed, but had some real nice jump cuts. It was impressive, dude. Like if you just put Chubb's uniform on him, I wouldn't tell the difference. I'm nothing against Nick Chubb. I'm saying he's actually a legit running back.
Watch your mouth.
I know, my bad. He wasn't sprinkler running, but he played 69% of the snaps. Nice, great game, killed it from the jump. Felton was a little disappointing, as you would know. He had Felton everywhere.
I did,
and he still salvaged with some catches. He had 3 for 21 through the air, 2 for 13 on the ground, 6 PPR points. You know, you could do worse, but you could definitely do better.
Let me say this real quick. I know you neglect to remember all the positive things I say about players. But, however, I mentioned Felton was not as much this week as he is for the next upcoming weeks because Hunt is out. Yeah. They say 3 weeks. I think it's going to be 4 or 5.
You think Felton's going to have a bigger role than Johnson going forward with Chubb active?
Yes.
For sure. I know he's a better comp. Like he's a better third down back than Felton.
He was getting play with both Chubb and Hunt out there.
Agreed, but Johnson did have 2 catches for 22 yards and looked okay in the pass game. So
I'm just calling my shot.
He's a better player.
I'm calling my shot.
Okay.
I'm just saying the way that the team is constructed, they have Beckham back.
Yeah.
He's still playing. Jarvis is back. Chubb is expected to be back. The receiving backs, all that role, I anticipate going to Felton. Not all of it. But
well, you called your shot last week with Felton too, and it didn't work out, but you didn't double down.
I'm not saying go start him this week. I'm saying I like. Well, I'll say this much. Here's the stance I'll take.
If you're in a 22-team
here's the stance I'm going to take. I like for the next 2 weeks, Felton will have more fantasy points than Dearness Johnson.
That's probably true.
Until Kareem Hunt comes back.
Right.
That was my point. Was pick up Felton now on the super cheap. Spend no fab. Spend nothing. Grab the guy because Chubb's back next week. Dearness Johnson becomes Nick Chubb, not as good of a receiver. Where Felton was always the receiver. Was always out there. He's a 2-position guy in fantasy.
I like that, point. But I don't want to waste a roster spot on a guy that gets 5 points.
But you didn't have to. You didn't have to waste any 5.
No, you have a roster spot though. I want handcuffs and guys that have a chance. Like, I would rather have Ahmed than him because here's the thing: is Chubb gets hurt or Johnson gets hurt again, he's going to be in the same role he just had, 31% of the snaps. If obviously Malcolm Brown's out. We're talking about the Dolphins here real quick. If Malcolm Brown, he's out 3 weeks. So if Gaskin gets hurt, ACL tomorrow in practice or this week, then you have 2 weeks of Ahmed startable. Like, I just feel comfortable starting Ahmed with no Gaskin.
Okay, I'll say the same. What if Dearness Johnson gets hurt? Now you have 3 weeks of Felton. I can say the same.
But that's the number 2. He'll never be the number 1, is what I'm saying. That's just
how often. Okay.
I play to win. So.
Would you rather have Felton as the receiving back in Cleveland or Salvin Ahmed as the RB1 in Miami?
Ahmed.
Get out of here.
What do you mean? He's a terrorist.
You hated every running back, I guess because they're splitting time.
And he's the only one now. He would be the only one. I like Ahmed right now. This week, Ahmed versus Felton this week, fantasy points. You won't do it.
I'll do because they're both Malcolm Brown and Jarvis or Kareem Hunt are out. Next 3 weeks, I'll do that then. Ahmed versus Felton.
Deal.
$5.
Yeah.
You saw it.
Love it. All right, we didn't move on from this game. Let's talk about the wide receivers real quick.
This is the Thursday night game.
Real quick. I know.
This is going to be the quickest video ever.
We're just going to make this one video.
Talk about a mustache for a little bit.
OBJ sucks. He actually had that pass hit him in the shoulder or the butt or something.
And he tried to catch one, landed on his back shoulder. Looked like he was out, came back, didn't do anything.
Possibly buy low if you can get it for nothing. And wait and see, but do not start next week.
No.
Yeah.
To me, he's not a buy low. To me, he's not a buy low. If you have him,
good call.
Trade the name. I got suckered into buying Allen Robinson. Someone's going to buy Odell Beckham.
OBJ or Landry rest of the year? Landry. Okay. The thing is, if I'm saying that, it's true because I love Odell. I loved Odell Beckham.
Beckham.
He gave me herpes. He gave me AIDS. I'm dead.
Expect Beckham to be a factor in the playoffs, not the regular season.
Okay. And Hooper and Njoku splitting snaps. Trash. Get the fuck out of here. All right, we got to move on because that's a really long.
We're going to be real quick here.
We're not, but we're going to try. Okay, Washington football team.
We're too drunk to be real quick, babe.
Yeah. Washington. Right. Our podcast and sex skills are the same. The drunker you are, the
this is
longer
really
we
spiraling
carry.
out of control here. It's only 2 p.m. right now.
I know. We're just a little tipsy.
It's the
and-
Christmas beers.
Yeah, Christmas. They're 7.5%, by the way. Cheers. Washington football team at the Green Bay Packers. 10 for the football team, 24 for the Packers. That's 24-10. That's closer than what it was. I feel like the Packers should have scored like 35 points in this
I have
game.
some good stats on this. Don't let me forget.
Yeah?
Go
Okay.
ahead.
I'll give you the little intro and you can go from there.
Go ahead.
All right. So the football team ran 72 snaps. The Packers only 56. The football team were playing catch-up. Taylor Heineke played okay. Salvaged his day with 268 passing yards, touchdown and a pick. He did have 10 rushes for 95 yards for Heineke. That's nice, right?
Yeah,
he
except
did
for
fumble.
that non-touchdown that he had.
Yeah, that was bad.
Oh.
That was 4th down, right?
No, that
It was
that-
3rd
that-
down.
It was crucial for us. You remember it in the moment because I needed Heineke to throw another touchdown.
Right.
I
And
am
then
over
they
one
didn't
and
end
a
up
half.
scoring at all, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were like happy about it, and they ended up not scoring at all.
Yeah,
So,
right.
anywho's, Gibson played 42% with that shin and calf injury. J.D. McKissick played 64%, which is what I expected. So Gibson had 14 for 51, and McKissick had 4 for 22. But where McKissick does his work is through the passing game. 6 targets, 4 catches, 34 yards. So all things considered, you'll take that from McKissick. It's 9 points in PPR. You know, I thought he'd have a bigger game.
Yeah.
But still, Terry McLaurin, he ate. Called that. 12 targets, 7 catches, 122 and a touchdown.
Nice.
Roll him out, man. Like I still feel
Questionable
like
right now, but no concerns.
yeah, no. I think there's managing him because he plays every fucking snap and he's
There
a
you go.
warrior and he
Yeah, yeah.
blocks.
They need him, yeah.
I feel like he is a top 14 option.
He is their franchise.
Yeah.
He's their best player.
3rd round pick too.
He's
Crazy.
the best player.
And he's just getting
Better than Chase
so
Young,
much
right?
targets and yeah. And Curtis, and it's hard for me to say I love Chase
Well,
Young,
bigger impact player.
but Curtis Samuel, it's a lost year for him. I don't see him coming back anytime soon.
No,
And even if he does, he's not acclimated to the offense. You know what I mean? He's missed too much practice time.
they should have hired him in preseason.
Yeah, they should have.
Let him get that groin right.
Mm-hmm. So Humphreys is our number 2 right now because Damien Brown got hurt. So it's real thin, dude. So again, Seals Jones or Logan Thomas, who again, if Logan Thomas comes back this week, I'm worried about starting him because he's coming off the hammy. So I wish they'd take one more week. Let Seals Jones, who's also a little banged up, play. Seals Jones played 100% of the snaps, by the way. Of course. It's all they do, right? Yeah. Did you know? My eyes become alive. Serenade you with some Seal. But Seals Jones, 100% of the snaps. Didn't have a great game, but still 6 for 51, 7 targets. But anyway, Humphreys is possibly worth an ad in a PPR league as like a flex. Because he didn't have a great game, 3 for 36, but he's played 69% of the snaps.
Is it possible to see what his percentage owned right now? Is it difficult for you to look that up right now?
Right now. It's
Humphrey.
really bad. Do you have any stats, or is that the stats?
Yeah, while you're doing
Go
that,
ahead.
so are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, let me chime in here. So a couple things I wanted to mention about the Redskins. They're playing the Packers, right?
The football team.
The football team. So very interesting in this game. The football team scored 10 points, not one single punt, not a single
Fumbles.
punt.
Yeah.
They had, I think,
Long
5
drives.
red zone opportunities that they fucked up on.
Missed a field goal, a couple field goals.
We saw the
Fumble,
Heineke.
4th down conversion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So not a
So
single.
what's your takeaway from that, though?
Packers lucked the hell out. That the fact that it wasn't the Packers had an opportunity to get blown out there, but somehow came away with it based on Washington's ineptitude.
I know what your takeaway is. It's about the Cardinals.
Well, not necessarily. Second take is Gibson's a ticking time bomb to me.
Yeah.
I've been saying this since preseason. McKissick's a league winner. I've said that since June, I think, right?
And you dropped him after week 1 in Balls Deep, the deep league. Oh, stop! He stabbed me!
No. This guy.
Get it.
No, Gibson's a ticking time bomb. I think it's a matter of time until he's out for multiple weeks.
Mhm.
I'm not saying for the year, but maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
And
right?
since he's kind of their future and they're losing, why not?
Yeah. So those are my 2 things that I want. The first no punts thing is crazy because
Yeah.
the only other team that I hate not to quote where I heard this from, but the only other team that didn't do that but scored similar amount of points was the Chargers but they scored 17 points against.
No, the Chiefs.
May have been.
No, they haven't played the Chiefs yet.
Well, they beat the Chiefs.
Oh, they beat the Chiefs.
They lost to, maybe it was Baltimore.
No, it might have been that game against the Cowboys, dude.
Maybe. Oh, yes, it was.
I bet on that game.
Yeah. I think maybe they punted once or didn't punt at all, but scored 17
Missed
points.
field goals.
And somehow the Washington football team scored 10 points, but never punted. Those type of things are. I think that's indicative of that the offensive team is messing up more than the defense is doing well.
So, do we think next week we're going to take Washington over Denver?
That was another one of my notes. Who's Washington playing?
Denver.
Yeah. So that's something that when we do our
we can get 3 or 3.5 points.
When we do our preview, that's something we need to look at.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Humphreys 1% owned. Somehow fucking Gocher has him in my league because my league's super deep. But what the fuck? Someone to keep an eye on PPR.
Yeah.
All right.
The reason I asked for that was because I comp him to Renfro.
Because you need receivers because all your teams are trash?
Oh. No.
All right, Packers. 24 points, 56 snaps only. Aaron Rodgers. Typical Rodgers game, 27 or 35, 274 and 3 touchdowns. Kind of what he does, uber efficient. He did add 2 for 17 on the ground. He's okay. What's crazy is their rushing attack was really bad in this game. Aaron Jones, 6 carries for 19 yards. Rodgers, 2 for 17, and A.J. Dillon, 3 for 6. So they did not run the ball at all, even though they had the lead. Maybe because they didn't have the ball. Crazy. Jones played 73%, Dillon 23%, so a step back for Dillon, who had been doing well. And then the wide receivers, whatever we're going to talk about, it's not going to have any relevance for this week because none of them are playing. Yeah. Allen Lazard, I was super pumped about. I started him in like 4 or 5 leagues last week.
Yeah.
6 for 50 and a touchdown. Loved it. Amazing.
Yeah, is one of your
17 points. Yeah. He's always on one night stand. At this point, he's friends with benefits.
Yeah.
And he would have been full blown relationship.
Stole the joke from me.
I talk faster than you. He would have been a relationship status had he, because he would have probably been over 25% owned actually this week, so I couldn't have done it. He's still down at 4%. So he's out this week. Adams is out this week. We have
officially?
MVS. Oh yeah, officially it just came out.
Really?
So yeah, MVS is coming back. He's more about MVS. I'm more about avoiding the whole situation. I'm kind of more about Robert Tonyan.
Why do you like to explain why you like
Amari Rodgers?
No. Why you like
Randall Cobb?
No.
Tonyan?
No. The second guy that's out, not Adams.
Oh, Lazard?
Why do you like Lazard more than MVS? Even though Lazard took MVS's role, now MVS is coming back to inherit his old role.
If Allen Lazard was if MVS was healthy, had he been playing the last 2 weeks though, oh, I'd be all about MVS. I love MVS.
He's been in the system 3 years.
No, I'm just saying.
You think he's coming off like a trade?
No, I think he's coming off of a hamstring. He's not going to play more than 65 or 70% of the snaps, which is still enough to be good. I'm just saying, like.
So you like Tonyan?
I do like Tonyan. Yeah, he had a nice week this week too. He had
that trade I did in Bob's league I told you about. Yeah. Right, Keenan Allen, Kareem Hunt, and Tonyan.
Yeah, love it. I started
Tonyan last week.
Yeah, and you're going to get him this week.
Like I was thinking about having to trade for Waller or Ertz.
Love it.
I don't have to.
Nope. And Tonyan will be better. I mean, again, he was just so rough early on because he wasn't getting touchdowns or targets or snaps for that matter. Yeah. But in this game, he had 68%, Mercedes Lewis 38% only, which before was like Lewis 60, him 54. No, I like MVS, but I don't feel as comfortable in a shallower league starting him because I feel there's a chance he plays 50% of the snaps, and he's a boom-bust guy. So I want my boom-bust guys playing more snaps to have more spins at the wheel. Like, I love Henry Ruggs because he's out there 70%.
I will put this out there as a bet for the upcoming game because they're playing the Cardinals Thursday night. This is Wednesday, so this is literally tomorrow. I think Aaron Jones might be plus 105 to score a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
He's going to be their number one receiver. So
I hate to do this. I have to piss like a racehorse right now.
So we got, okay.
We'll do one more. We'll do one more.
No, we'll take a piss.
We'll do one more.
All right. He's going to do what?
He's going to do what?
This one will be pretty quick besides the fact that we had to talk about some Chiefs funeral stuff.
Would you rather... Hey, let's do this one then. Dolphins game.
Quick one. Falcons-Dolphins.
Oh, that's it. Thank you.
A lot of Myles Gaskin
They
talk.
played a game this past week, and that's that, right?
Yeah, a lot of Myles Gaskin talk. So, Falcons 38, Dolphins 28. Sorry, Falcons 30, Dolphins 28. My bad.
It was a close game.
Yeah, right? It was. And the Falcons, they look back.
Miami made it a lot closer than I thought.
Miami's frisky, man. So Matt Ryan had a great game, actually. 25 of 40, 336, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Not so much the stats. Eye test, he looked like Matt Ryan of old.
Yep.
Decisive, dropping dimes.
That's why I'm excited about
Russell Gage, yeah. So, crazy. Mike Davis played 60% of the snaps. 60. Patterson, 73. Mike Davis had 4 carries for 10 yards.
Yeah.
He gone. Patterson played 73. Patterson, 14 for 60 and a tutty. Also adding in only 2 catches for 1 yard, but still. Yeah, get rid of Mike Davis. He's gone. Wayne Gallman's probably eventually going to take that role as like the banger, right? Where like, you know, Patterson's more of the, yeah. Oh, that's because it's an envelope. My bad. Calvin Ridley came back and had 10 targets, only 4 for 26 somehow with a touchdown. But he's going to have 10 targets every game he's active.
I think that was the least amount of targets he's had all year.
Yeah. But Kyle Pitts, man, pound that one. I know you have no shares, but I've been tooting his horn. Brainerd's not coming at me because I ripped at him for taking him 33rd overall. And I still tell him it's a bad pick because it's way too early. But he played 31% of the snaps at wideout in this game, 67% total. But they're transitioning him into a wideout right now. And they realize he is their best offensive player, even over Ridley. He's a better talent.
No,
would you agree with that?
Yes.
He's more dangerous,
well,
I guess, is the point.
Here's the thing is as much as it strains me to admit that you're probably right about Pitts, it just took a little bit longer. He is inheriting the Julio Jones role. If you watch the highlights like we do, we like watching those YouTube on the NFL
one-handed catches
but it wasn't just the one-handed catches. It was they always line them up out left and you go in and out. And there was probably 3 or 4 catches right in that area.
Yep.
That's where you saw the one-handed catch.
Love it.
You saw another like this. That play, bam, where you start getting the middle linebackers and then.
Yeah. And then boom, John Madden.
No, my point is that's Julio Jones. He's inheriting the Julio Jones role. What I liked about that was Matt Ryan was starting to cook even without the run game. That's why I liked Russell Gage. That's why I picked him up and I'm excited about him. Is because if either of those guys go down, the team, the offense in general, the offensive line has gained an identity and some confidence.
Mm-hmm. And real quick for stats, Kyle Pitts, 8 targets, 7 for 163. Didn't have a touchdown, but like 23 yards per catch from a tight end. And his long was only 39, so like every catch was like 18 to 24 yards. Fucking love it.
If Pitts, I think the difference is I think Pitts started realizing how to read professional defenses. Ryan can put the ball wherever he wants, whenever he wants, as long as he has the time. Right? He has that talent. So as long as he has that talent, Pitts is
he's a real deal. You see why they picked him that high.
And I will say this with Gage, if he's available, I think you need to go grab him because if one of those other guys go down, right now Pitts looks like the best receiver on the team.
You're right about Gage, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So if one of those 2 guys go down, if Matt Ryan can continue, if the offense rather can continue playing the way they are, Gage could be in line for a wide receiver 2 year. If one of those guys go down.
So Pitts was taken ahead of Jamar Chase. Now, right now, like on the outside, it looks like that's a mistake because like Jamar Chase is lighting the world on fire. But getting an elite tight end like this, I feel like it's easier for a receiver to come in, obviously through history and light it up, than it is a tight end, right? So if Kyle Pitts is doing this already, like even before this game where he had 163 yards receiving, had broken every record the first 6 weeks, and we were saying he started slow. Right? And the offense started slow, and he obviously So I still will back the Kyle Pitts pick over Jamar Chase because they had Ridley, and this guy.
You're talking real life?
Yeah, this guy is just a fucking monster.
Well, I agree with you on this sense. Is they're playing the Falcons are playing in a really really tough division. Buccaneers, Saints, Panthers, Falcons. Those are the 4 teams.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult to get a positional advantage in any position in that conference, but with Pitts, you have a positional advantage against almost the rest of the league, with the exception of 2 or 3 teams, right? Plus Calvin Ridley, he's a top 5 receiver. So I agree with your point that I think Pitts is a generational talent. He looks to be.
Yeah,
he looks to be. And the way that the league is going, I don't know if Matt Ryan's going to be part of the plan, but Kyle Pitts will be part of the plans for the Falcons going forward.
It's going to be Josh Rosen, bro.
You think so?
Matt Ryan's a nice guy to learn under. They're similar players.
Matt Ryan was MVP just a few years ago.
Right, but I'm saying Matt Ryan was the number 1 overall pick. Don't get me wrong.
4 or 5 years ago now, actually.
Yeah, but I'm saying Matt Ryan was the number 1 overall pick. Josh Rosen was the number 9 overall pick. Like, the talent gap isn't as much as you think with those players. So
this is where you and I disagree so much.
You think Matt Ryan's talented? He's talented.
No, here's what I. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think you put a lot of stock into the investment that teams make into players.
Mm-hmm. They could be wrong.
Yeah, that's where I disagree with you. Is like the investment of a 3rd overall pick in a tight end could be the wrong. Here's an example: is the Giants taking Saquon Barkley 2nd overall?
That pick.
Yeah, or who passed up on Penny Sewell this last draft? Like
for Jamar Chase.
That one's but
it's a good pick.
Well, no, but there's also 5 picks before that. Like, you don't think that the Falcons could use a Penny Sewell
or a Jamar Chase?
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, I'm just saying he has
thing
pedigree, and there's a reason he was drafted 9th overall. Now, a lot of those guys bust.
I think the Falcons have a positional advantage at 2 positions now.
Yeah.
They have a premier receiver, they have a premier tight end, and they have a top. I think.
And they have Cordell Patterson.
I think it's difficult to argue that they have less than a top 15 quarterback when it comes to winning games.
Average. When it comes to
winning games, not fantasy.
Yeah.
But Matt Ryan's a game winner.
Yeah, he's
a former MVP. Like,
yeah.
God bless.
You'd rather have him than Big Ben.
If that's your standard, then
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
And they also have Cordell Patterson.
Yeah.
Who is amazing, by the way, and we can't believe it.
I'll sell him.
Same. But he looks to be part of their plans, and apparently other 6 teams that had him in the last 7 years all whiffed, including the Bears.
Here's my take: is sell high on Cordell, buy low on Mike Williams, buy low on Russell. I still, you almost want to buy at value.
You mean Calvin Ridley?
No, I'll get to him.
You said Mike Williams. You can't buy low on Mike Williams because he has 6 touchdowns this year.
Well, you probably could now.
Yeah, after the bye and the bad.
What I meant is Mike Davis.
Oh.
So high Patterson, low Davis.
Well, you're going to pick up Mike Davis from the waiver wire. So
potentially. But that's a buy low.
Yeah, that is buy low. Nice.
Ridley, I think, is performing below advertised price, advertised value, but has the chance to blow up. But Ridley is probably one of the safest players in the league. If you're talking fantasy
target share,
yeah,
can't go wrong. Right?
And then Pitts is an ascending player right now, so honestly, Pitts might be a sell high guy right now, but I wouldn't want to sell him. Like, if I'm going to sell Pitts, I need a Darren Waller back.
Yeah, don't do that. Right? Don't sell him. He's only going to get
better. Would you do Waller for Pitts?
If I had Waller?
If you had Pitts. If I had Waller, you have Pitts.
I would take Darren Waller, yeah.
Okay.
Well, because I'm not dumb.
Well, you said don't do that.
No, I was saying don't trade Waller for Pitts.
Oh, no. What I'm saying is, like, there's maybe 2 or 3 players that you would trade
at his own position.
At Pitt, like Pitts, you have a position of rarity.
For me, it's Pitts and Andrews are very similar right now. Obviously, Hawkinson's a little step below those guys.
I'll take Pitts right now for $5
over Andrews.
The rest of the year,
no.
I'll give you.
I just said that
I'll give you no PPR, just yards and touchdowns. No. Okay.
I was saying reception. I wasn't saying me. I said they're close right now.
Just touchdown.
All right. Dolphins, 73 snaps. Malcolm Brown out. Good.
I
Good. 3 weeks, 7% of the snaps. Myles Gaskin, of course, comes in.
Not good for Miami, but good for fantasy.
Yeah, well, for him, because he has Gaskin everywhere. 63% for Gaskin, 30% for Ahmed. Sorry, the terrorist. Tua had a good game here. 32 of 40.
4 tutties.
For 291 and 4 touchdowns. Did have 2 picks. But he had 4 for 29 on the ground. So, I mean, that's a big game.
That's Geno Smith or Tua?
Oh, Tua. Fantasy or real life?
Jameis Winston or Tua?
Jameis.
Okay.
In real life or fantasy?
Okay.
In fantasy, I want Tua because they actually throw the ball.
Yeah.
But in real life, I want Jameis. I just don't like Tua.
Sure. Are
we talking football or lacrosse?
Yes.
Nice. Gaskin, 15 for 67, and he added in 4 for 10 and a receiving touchdown, so had a nice game. It's hard to know when to start him. Now it's when to start him. Of course, I dropped him when I picked him up off waivers.
They're playing Buffalo, unfortunately, this first week.
Right, but the thing is, here's the question: is
How bad does Rob have to pee?
Yeah, a lot. So does Gaskin assume the early down roll,
Interrupt.
and Ahmed? Hey, I do that all the time to you. Ahmed takes the third down roll because, in my opinion, this game, the third down roll and the turbo package and all that is more valuable because Buffalo's probably going to beat the snot out of them, right?
All I was going to say is we watched the Miami game because I had some investment in it. Ahmed
and Gaskin are the same player, dude.
he's a fine player.
So is Gaskin. They're fine players.
He's a fine. No, Gaskin is he's a tier above. Man,
$5
for what?
Who's a better player?
Okay, for the rest of the year.
No, just a real life player.
Okay.
We'll decide that later. Deal.
Okay.
I feel like they're just interchangeable. So my question is though, like, what role is each going to have? Because Gaskin, like, they're both the same player. They're both 5'10", 200 pounds.
I'm going to tell you right now. You want to know the answer?
Yeah.
Is who was taking Gaskin's role?
Malcolm Brown.
Why was he taking his role?
Because he's a better pass blocker.
And Gaskin is a inferior pass blocker, inferior runner, inferior catcher.
Mm-hmm.
So Gaskin is going to eat.
He's going to be the early down guy.
He's going to be all the down guy.
No.
Well, he's not going to get 100%. I'm not saying that.
No.
Don't quote me. I'm not saying
Okay.
I'm not saying 100%.
Test. What do you
He's
project?
going to get 70%. He's going to get north of 70%.
Right now. Side bet.
Yeah.
I bet you he doesn't play 70% of the snaps this week.
Gaskin?
Yeah.
$5.
$5. Let's go. Side bets here. Ahmed's going to play 38 to 40.
This is how we fund the podcast.
Yeah, right?
Our side bets.
Getting each
Whoever
other.
loses the bet has to pay for the, yeah.
Jalen Waddle, we'll get through the Dolphins quick here. He is a P. Jalen Waddle, 7 for 83, 8 targets.
Looks good.
There's no light at the end of the tunnel for Will Fuller. You know, when he comes back, he's going to, like, do something like a PED or a broken finger.
No, he's fine.
So he gone. Devontae Parker might be back this week, but Jalen Waddle is the locked in number 1. And then Mike Gesicki, man. Mike fucking Gesicki, dude. He's killing it. And he's playing the snaps now, so
I'm sorry.
I
have to say this with Gesicki. You know how I'm one of those guys with, like, I say Landry has the best hands in the league.
Yeah.
Gesicki might have the best hands for the tight end.
Yeah.
In the league, I'm not even joking. Like,
you're obsessed with hands catchers. It's like a kink. You know,
Well,
like you prefer girls that are very good with their mouths. You prefer guys that are very good at catching balls.
Yeah, when a receiver is paid to catch a ball, I prefer to catch them really well.
And when a girl is paid to
no,
we'll stop here.
No, here's the thing with. Did you have more stats?
Not really. No. The Gesicki just played 80%, which is nice.
I'm telling you right now, like you credit me for
strong hands.
Well, you credit me for seeing talent.
Yeah, I do.
Maybe not the bigger picture, but for seeing talent in a player, right?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, Gesicki is hands-wise top 3 in the league, tight ends. Like, he might be top 10 hands in the league, like receiving-wise. He catches the ball different than 99% of the league. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, I noticed it too.
Yeah.
The strong up top, the out front.
Nice. There's no body. There's
nobody.
no body.
Yeah, he's bodiless.
Yeah.
Sit down real quick. But to lead him for the next one, give me a little wave. All right, Chiefs Titans.
Yes.
We wanted to do this earlier, but we have a little bit more to cover this game than we thought with the Dolphins.
I delayed it again.
All right, you don't have to pee anymore. You're good. Was your pee good?
Oh.
He said it was great.
All right, so you know those when you're with a lover, when you're with a lover, and it's a very satisfying experience.
It is.
Or if you're hungry and excited for maybe a birthday meal and you have a very filling meal.
Yeah.
Maybe you go to kebabs.
Ooh. See, now you're taking over my role because only a fat man can compare sex and food.
Well,
that George episode.
I'd like to combine both, right? Yeah. It was sandwich.
Yeah.
George eating the sandwich. So no, the point is the pee that I had to take last episode, last video.
He needs a cigarette after that one.
I had a cigarette.
All right.
I'm ready to take a nap.
All right, he's gonna pass out. Buck Naked's out for this one. I'll just do it solo.
No, let's actually get to some football.
Yeah, let's get to it. All right, Chiefs Titans. Not what we expected. The over under was like 50-7. Titans 27, Chiefs 3. This was not a Chad Henne game. This was a Mahomes game. Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce were playing.
This was one of Rob's biggest betting losses ever.
Well, that and Carolina this week. We'll get to that. Both these this week.
Somehow I still was positive, like
so far,
$50.
Yeah,
but I lost at least $1,000 on.
Yeah. So the Chiefs 3 points. Apparently, CEH makes that much of a difference. Not just bad, dude. Bad. Andy Reid, get your shit together. Mahomes, they're gonna come for blood against the fucking Giants on Monday Night Football. We hope if they're capable, because the Giants defense looked amazing against Carolina. So, anyways, Darrell Williams. Okay, first of all, go Mahomes. Bad. 20 of 35, 206 and a pick. No touchdowns. They had no touchdowns in the game. First time it's ever happened in a Mahomes start
since Andy Reid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mahomes has never had less. He's always had a touchdown in every game.
But yeah, since Andy Reid,
never had a 0 touchdown game.
That's the least amount of points they've scored.
That's like 6 years.
And Andy Reid, Andy Reid's he's been almost a 10.
Oh, you're talking about always Andy Reid.
Since Andy Reid has been the coach of the Chiefs.
Oh, the Chiefs.
They've never scored that. Probably 8 years.
Okay, yeah, it's been quite a while.
Because they had
Alex Smith at
4 years of playoff.
Yeah, 4 years Alex, 4 years Mahomes. So Mahomes didn't do good at all. He had 6 of 35 on the ground, but he lost a fumble, of course. Just a dumb fumble.
Halftime fumble.
Remember that?
Yeah.
It was
right
after Michael Vick shit.
It was after the pick.
Yeah.
How we say, hey, Kyler's, maybe hold the ball.
Mm-hmm. It was, Lamar Jackson-esque. So, Darrell Williams played 64%, McKinnon 31%. Obviously, Williams couldn't do anything because they couldn't do anything in period or run the ball. He had 5 for 20, adding in 3 for 30 through the air. So, as long as CH is out, though, Darrell Williams still an RB2? No? Okay. RB3?
He's a flex.
Okay. Yeah, I still feel like low-end RB2, but just because it's the Chiefs. But apparently, what are the Chiefs? They scored 3 points.
Here's the way I would be looking at it before. This is going to be a one-sentence thing. What do you think about doing one sentence?
Just do it in 3.
Yeah. So, if I'm looking for someone to... Here's the example I'll use. Waller's out. I want Renfro.
Yes.
CEH is out. I don't think the backup running back is the primary guy you want to fill that role.
I do. Against Washington, he had 21 carries and 2 touchdowns.
No, I don't. Here's why. Because I don't think the Chiefs can run the ball. So, similar to the way last year when CMC was out, Robbie Anderson had 1 million catches.
Right.
I think if CEH is out for any extended period of time, it's been 2 weeks now, they've been really struggling. I think things change. I think they start looking for a underneath receiver.
We'll call Hardman.
It may be. I don't know who. I don't have the answer to who, but I think that's the way that this offense starts going.
All right. Wide receivers wise.
That's why I'm off on Williams. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Byron Pringle. Don't ever apologize for interrupting me. You owe me $712 now. It's gone from $760 to $712. Huh? God damn it!
I'm sorry.
Pringle.
I thought you told me not to apologize.
Pringle led the team in receiving with 73 yards. That's not a good sign. He had 6 targets, which was nice. Kelsey had 12 targets, 7 for 65. Excuse you. Tyreek Hill 9 targets, 6 for 49. So at least they're getting some yards and catches, but this was trash. And Hardman did have 5 targets, 4 for 28. So Hill played 72%, Robinson 79%, Hardman 68%, Pringle 47%. It's a mess outside of Hill and Kelsey. You don't know who to start. I would still put just my love for Hardman. I still put Hardman as the number 3 option. And we've been saying it every week. He's due to catch a long touchdown, right? At least he's still playing 70% of the snaps. So when this offense starts to click, which we both agree it will, right? The Chiefs are 3-4 right now. Or 3-3. 3-4.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Like, what are we talking about?
So, I don't
really have anything else besides Kelsey.
I'm done apologizing.
No, you're good. What do you got?
So here's my notes on the Chiefs. All those stats that you just read.
Yeah.
It's toss away.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So with the Chiefs right now, I'm telling you right now, we know Mahomes is better than that. We know Andy Reid's better than that. We know Kelsey, Tyreek Hill. We know they're all better.
And they're proud. Right? Like, so they're going to show up.
They just got spanked.
Yeah.
Those stats, here,
mouth, bro.
Toss them away. I'm going to put all together, toss them away.
What about my Titans stats?
Derrick Henry.
I memorized them.
Derrick Henry threw a touchdown.
Nice. He did.
The
only thing I did want to cover on the Titans, besides Ryan Tannehill looking good, and of course getting 270 yards passing, the week after we bet is 227 yards over, which he hit at 216. Either way, in a game that had, was a way better game script for his passing yards, right? Was that, so A.J. Brown killed it. 9 targets, 8 catches, 133 and a touchdown. I mean, he only plays 62% of the snaps. A, he's still a little limited with an injury, even though he didn't look limited. And B, obviously they were destroying them, so why play him?
Yeah.
Julio Jones, man, like he had 4 targets, 2 for 38. He played 42% of the snaps. So
Who's that?
Julio.
42?
Yeah. Again, AJ Brown only played 63.
What were his stats, though?
2 for 28. 2 for 38, sorry.
How many targets?
4. They didn't need to throw. And he had that one nice play where he broke a bunch of tackles.
Do you still have the paper where how many plays they ran? I'm
Not
just
that
curious.
many.
I'm curious. 4 targets out of how many played. It had to have been 60.
Yeah.
So that's not.
Not great.
I think he's still hurt.
Yeah,
He'll be
but
better.
he's going to still
Julio will
play
be
for
better.
He's doing typical Julio things. Still buy low for me. Or, it's got to be buy low. Don't buy at price. So we're going to go to the... Any other top thoughts about those teams?
Titans are never going to play that well again. The Chiefs will never play that.
That's
bad
2 good
again.
weeks in a row for the Titans.
I'm just saying the Titans are they've peaked absolutely. The Chiefs have bottomed out absolutely.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
So if you're looking at the look ahead number, like going forward, the Titans are at the best. Like right now, they're at peak value in terms of betting because they just beat the Bills and they beat the Chiefs back to back.
Do you know the Aluminum Monster versus Fatty Magoo, It's Always Sunny? Where Dennis dresses in drag because he can't find a model that fits into his dress? And he's saying at the beginning, he's like, I haven't even begun to peak. And then at the end, the cop comes in and he's like, I remember Dennis Reynolds used to be a cool guy. And he shows up in the fucking makeup and the big old fake titties and the dress. And that's his rock bottom, right?
Sure.
That's the fucking Chiefs, dude. Like showing up in fucking drag. Even it's Andy Reid in drag. It's not just in drag. It's Andy Reid in drag. We don't want to see that.
My point is right now in terms of betting value, the Chiefs are not going to be any lower at all this year.
Yeah.
And
in terms of game to game or season long.
If they if they lose to the Giants, then yes, but they're
not going to.
My point is the Titans are at peak value because they were struggling and then they somehow beat the Bills and the Chiefs.
Are you talking about next week's gambling odds, or are you talking about rest of the season, like for like the props? Like win the division, make the playoffs, etc. Or both?
I think both. No, I think both. I think right now, we're just saying in this moment in time, right now, the Titans are at peak value. They look like a Super Bowl contender. Where 2 weeks ago they looked like someone that's going to miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
So the Titans are peak. Where 2 weeks ago the Chiefs were still the favorites to win the Super Bowl, Mahomes was still the favorite to win the MVP, and now they're not even the favorites to win the division. So right now you have peak value on the Chiefs and peak overvalue on the Titans. That's all I'm trying to say.
Cheers. Oh, you didn't make one for yourself?
No.
Salsa. All right, Jets and Pats. 54-13 Pats. Did not see that coming. They were 7-point favorites, and that was a landslide.
After the Jets beat the Titans, right? Or after the
Jets 2
beat...
weeks ago they beat the Titans, but still.
Jets were off a win, right?
No, they were 2 weeks ago. They were off a win. I don't know who they played the week before, but
maybe
so Zach Wilson's out. I think it was a bye. Zach Wilson's out for a couple weeks. They have the most generic fuck ever. His name is Mike White. Never heard of him before. Have you? Remember when he came in?
He's writing a novel.
He's really pale too. Yeah. What the novel? You read the novel? Mike White actually, no, he didn't do good at all. 2 days. So
no, he's not prepared.
He's bad.
To play professional football.
So the only note I really have here is Michael Carter played 72% of the snaps. His snap share has increased every week, and like it's they're done. So Ty Johnson played 32, and then obviously Tevin Coleman's done.
Yeah,
they're probably gonna release him.
I think Coleman's irrelevant now.
Yeah. So Carter, I feel like is getting into the RB2 realm just based on the fact he's playing all the snaps, and I like the player. Hate the situation in terms of I hate the team, but I like the fact he's getting 72% of the snaps in the game.
Yeah,
and he catches the ball, and he's going to be straight up like a volume dude. 17 catches. That'd be nice. 17 carries, 5 catches, 65 yards, and maybe a touchdown.
Okay. So you think 17 carries is in?
If they can.
Cars.
If they can.
Okay.
If they're not losing 54-13, right?
I think Ty Johnson's too much of a unknown for that. They still have to see what they have in Ty Johnson. Where with Tevin Coleman,
if
anything, Ty Coleman might be a trade target. for
Ty Johnson.
It should be Tevin Coleman. T. Coleman.
For another team?
I think so.
You know where he has to go to make everything right in the universe?
Chiefs.
No, come on. Team that has all the backup old running backs.
Oh, the Ravens.
Yeah. Tevin Coleman, Devontae Freeman, Le'Veon Bell, Latavius Murray.
No, I think they already have their Tevin Coleman there.
Well, yeah, they're all
just pick
Tevin
one.
Coleman,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. No,
Wouldn't that just be great though?
I think Coleman with the Jets. I think if they can get anything close to a middle round draft, like a 5th round draft pick for him, I think they.
Hey, Ty Johnson is 6 for 65 in the air.
If they start doing coach's decision, Coleman's not playing, then I'm assuming he's going to get cut or traded.
For wide receivers wise, obviously their tight end is nothing. Tyler Kroft, Ryan Griffin or something. They have like nothing. I don't even have it written down. Yeah, it's bad. But Corey Davis still every snap viable. 6 targets, 4 for 47, a touchdown. He's a wide receiver 3 desperation, but at least he's on the field. But my note here, Jamison Crowder's back playing 80% of the snaps.
That's who I want.
He had 4 for 34, but I don't want to talk about him because they're done. And the guy I want to talk about is Elijah Moore.
Okay.
Now he played 57% of the snaps. He's come back from that hamstring or whatever he missed.
Yeah.
And he's a rookie. He was slow getting. He didn't play a lot of preseason or anything, and they missed a couple first games of the regular season. But he had 6 targets, 1 catch, 13 yards. But he did have a 19-yard rushing touchdown. I remember watching that. He looked really spry. This dude is fast, man. He's like a Percy Harvin.
Sure.
And a lot of people loved him. And I feel like he's the guy to keep an eye on.
All right.
Because he's on a lot of waiver wires. And going forward, again, I think it's going to be Michael Carter. Corey Davis for sure is there. But Corey Davis is the guy that's going to draw the coverage. In fact, it's Michael Carter and it's fucking Elijah Moore. Like long term, I like Michael Carter as an RB2, RB3, and I like Elijah Moore as a wide receiver 3 down the stretch. Because Jamison Crowder, why would they play him?
Like, he's the best.
Yeah, but when they're 1-8, what does it matter?
It matters a lot when you're trying, because eventually Zach Wilson's going to come back.
Yeah. Are they trying to win games, though? Or are they trying
they're trying to develop their franchise quarterback.
And their wide receiver they draft in the 2nd round, dude. He's good.
I understand what
they all can 3 play,
I understand 100% understand the point you're trying to make. I disagree. Simply, maybe in the short term.
Rest of season, I think Crowder or Moore.
Crowder, yeah, like no doubt.
So like week 14 comes around, you think Crowder's gonna be more relevant to Moore?
Yeah,
you're insane.
He's a better receiver. He's a better player.
No.
And Zach Wilson will be back then, and they have a chance not to get last place in the league.
Why wouldn't they want to get last place in the league?
Because they're trying to build confidence of a young quarterback they threw to the fire.
That shit's overrated, bro.
That's not overrated. What are you talking about? How is developing a nice chemistry, a nice rhythm, and a nice confidence boost with your young quarterback with someone like Jamison Crowder across the middle, where you can complete 9 passes a game? Where right now he's not, without Crowder, he was completing 14 passes.
You know what Eli Moore is? He's a younger, better version. And the thing is, guess what? The Jets are sticking with their wife that they hate. You know what? The chick, the side piece, that's Eli Moore. And they're getting to that point where the side piece is going to be the main piece.
You're thinking as a fan.
No, I'm not. I don't have any Eli Moore, bro. I don't even have a share of him.
All I'm going to say is Jamison Crowder requested a trade and did not get it. Instead, took a pay cut to be there to play. So if you don't think he's going to get targets the rest of the year, you're delusional.
No, it's because Crowder is the wife that requested a divorce, and the guy's like, give me some more time.
And now he has to get paid alimony the rest of the fucking year. Regardless if you want to pay him or not.
You can take your fucking alimony. I'll take the side piece that is a nice apartment that's getting fucking railed 4 times a week.
Yeah, but you can worry about that side piece after you're done paying the alimony. And then you're broke. And now it's just Zach Wilson and Elijah Moore. No more wife to stabilize the whole situation. Right. And now they go 0-16.
Kids are missing school. It's a mess.
It's just a nightmare.
The Jets are a dysfunctional relationship right now where...
Well, I think they're on the upswing.
No, I mean?
Legit, I believe... I'll bet you. Crowder over Elijah.
Well, I can't do that this week, but going forward...
If anything's going to help you this week.
No. Later in the year,
you see this, guys? Every time I propose a bet. No.
Unless I have a guaranteed win, I'm not going to bet you. All right.
He needs at least 4-1 odds, and then a straight up bet on those 4-1 odds.
Pats. They rolled Damian Harris, your guy, who I talked you out of so much.
No.
You've traded him in every league. He's your PP.
I have him all my best balls.
So?
I didn't need him in. All right. It's not about my leagues.
No, it's just
Damian
ironic
Harris is
that-
a phenomenal. I like
Yeah,
Damian
you
Harris.
love him.
I love, but there's value with him where I needed different positions. I didn't like Damian Harris in all my leagues was my third or fourth running back.
I know, yeah.
So that's the context.
You didn't trade high for him. You didn't trade high.
I'm just saying that's the context. It's not my RB1.
No.
It's like my third or fourth
You
RB.
didn't trade high for him, is what I'm saying.
Well, in the most recent trade, I got Noah Fant, Mickey
else?
Mines, and Allen Robinson.
You can't even say his name, Allen Robinson. No,
I
I'm saying if
would
you had
take-
waited to trade him right now, is whatever. I've been giving you shit about
No,
Snapchat.
you're right. You're right.
What's crazy is that Harris should have had like 5 touchdowns in this game. He had 14 for 106, only playing 46% of the snaps. And like I get the fourth quarter, like him not being in the game, but he was getting like touchdowns stolen in the second quarter from him, which Belichick doing Belichick things. And of course, the grass is never going to be this green, right? Where they're not going to score 54 points ever again. The Patriots might not score 54 points in the next 3 games, right?
Yeah.
So-
I have a point that I want to make to this.
Brandon Bolden, though, both of our one night stands. Who had him first?
Oh, I don't know.
Did you get him first and I took him along next, or
We were so drunk. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows who had
did
that?
you at least wear a rubber?
Ooh.
Hopefully we both did. Jesus Christ.
Well, I was looking forward to Stevenson, so I think I wore a rubber.
Nice. Those of you that don't know, the one night stands are 25% less guys. They're more last ditch effort.
We do
One
them
night
Sunday
stands.
morning.
We do
every
them
morning.
Sunday morning, and then like the problem is
And then we kick them out.
they went out to the club Saturday night. They already got dicked down. This is going off the rails.
Well, it's
So we both had Brandon Bolden though, and he was like a 4% guy. He killed it. Now he had 2 carries for 0 yards, but the man had 6 catches, 79 yards, and a touchdown. In full PPR, that's
Who's the man?
fucking
Who's the
14
man?
points. Bolden, the man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you say the man,
Well,
but the man.
yeah, the man Bolden. Only played 28% of the snaps. Don't buy into that though long term because that's not a lot, and they're spreading around. JJ Taylor had 9 for 21 and 2 touchdowns, and then again, it's Harris's backfield.
What was it? Yeah, tell me Harris's stats.
14 carries, 106 and 2 touchdowns, and he had no catches.
So all I'm going to say is the
2 for
difference.
7 actually. Sorry.
So the only difference between this week and like 2 or 3 other weeks that everyone was pooing on Harris
TDs.
is the second touchdown.
Right.
That's
And
the
the non
whole-
fumble, yeah.
The only difference, yeah, the second touch. Like
And, he didn't fumble.
last week, he would have had 2 touchdowns, but
Yeah.
somehow he fumbled in that.
And got benched from that.
yes,
I would have had 3 touchdowns
but
last week.
again, grand point. If you're looking at the rainbow over everything here, is this is par of the course for Harris, and you convinced me of this. I mean, Bolden had a touchdown. Kelly had a touchdown. The fourth string running back had a touchdown.
Yeah.
Harris is limited in terms of his upside because of the way that Belichick plays the game. So this is what I was expecting the first 4 weeks.
Right.
But he just didn't get that second touchdown.
Yep.
Now he got the second touchdown, so now he's a premium running back. But
Or he fumbled and got nicked up, or both.
my point is that he's been on this similar pace every week, but his peak has been 18 points.
You agree.
Like
Yeah.
that's
This
Like,
is more like it.
he scored 2 touchdowns and got 20 points.
Yeah.
That's his absolute. That's his ceiling. Like
Pretty much.
maybe a 4 touchdown game randomly
Yeah.
that you might get
A
lucky
Johnny
with.
Gray game.
But even that, like the way it's looking, like he got 2 touchdowns for the first time all year and got lucky with those, right? So I like Harris. I think he's a great running back, but the play calling and the coaching is not conducive for, especially if you're looking at a PPR.
Yeah, right.
I had to get rid of him.
I told you in PPR. not
Why
to.
not Gaskin?
Everywhere. All right, tight ends. Well, the wide receivers are nothing at all. I mean, if anything, Nelson Aguilar and Jacoby Myers, but Myers is good for like 5 for 40 every game. Trash. Want none of them. But the tight ends we got to talk about real quick because Hunter Henry played 79% of the snaps. Jonnu played 22%.
He's hurt.
You think so?
I know so.
Okay. But he had 2 for 52 though, which is nice. 26 yard, he had 28 yard and a 24 yard gain or whatever. Hunter Henry's caught like a touchdown in 4 straight games or some shit.
That's right.
He had 2 catches for 23 yards and a touchdown. What my question is, what is Belichick doing? Why did he sign these guys if he's not going to use them?
I'm telling you right, John is hurt.
Okay.
He's not playing at full capacity right now. I think we talked about, I don't know if it was in person or on the pod. Jonnu, to me, is someone that's going to score 5 to 8 touchdowns in the second half of the year.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. What if he doesn't rest his injury, though?
No, he is right now.
Oh, just like not playing a lot.
My
question is, why did they get 2 tight ends? Like, at $40 million or whatever, and like first of all, you don't get. It's like when the Timberwolves drafted fucking Flynn and Rubio in the first round.
Yeah.
Like, just take one of them and get another position. Why are they spending $40 million on Jonnu and Henry? Like, maybe get a defensive lineman or a fucking pass rusher or a wide receiver.
No, they did all those things too.
Well, then save. I don't know. They could have done something else. Is all I'm saying.
No, I think
silly.
It's going to be beneficial when it comes down to playoff time in the fall.
They're not going to make the playoffs.
Who else, like, in that division?
The Bills?
Yes. No.
They're going to get second in the division, but they're not going to make the playoffs.
Why not?
We'll make a bet right now.
Let's talk it out.
Why? Because they're not good. Mac Jones sucks, dude.
You don't think the Patriots are a good team?
No.
Who do they play this week?
They're someone that's going to whoop their fucking ass.
All right, blindly, I'll bet you.
No. What if they're playing the fucking Jets again? They can't.
Third time.
They play the Panthers.
Ooh.
Oh shit, that's week 9. That'd be a good matchup. They play the Chargers. All right.
Oh.
Deal. At Chargers.
3-1.
No, it's only minus 5.5.
2-1. 2-1.
No.
2-1, dude. Straight up 2-1.
1.5 to 1.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right. Okay, that's it for the Patriots talk. Now we're gonna go to our Panthers, the team that fucking raped our asses. Really sucked. We hated it. We had Panthers everywhere. No, not a good dance. 25-3, the Giants fucking whooped them, dude. And the ironic thing is the Panthers marched down the field the first drive and scored a field goal.
Yeah.
And they didn't score again.
Before we look at anything, explain to me how, like, in your mind, how did the Panthers lose this game?
Sam Darnold's very bad. He played bad. He looked like the Jets Sam Darnold.
That's it? Right.
That's how. And then they didn't run the ball.
All right.
So I'll tell you why. Chuba Hubbard had 12 carries, 28 yards. So they had 15 carries as a team. Their defense actually was fine because they were holding them down, right? Like it was just the end.
It was like a 8-5 to 3
game. 5-3 at halftime.
So like the fourth quarter, right?
Like it was 5-3 at halftime. They had a safety. So Darnold got benched. He was 16-25 for 111 yards and a pick. Got sacked 3 times, so they couldn't block for him. And the thing is, he didn't run the ball at all in this game. And he was the rushing touchdown leader after 4 weeks.
Not sustainable. Yeah.
No, I'm saying he needs to get out and move a little bit. He's like Daniel Jones.
I understand. The point you were making is that's the reason they were successful before.
Yeah.
And he stopped doing that.
Yeah. Why? And so 111 yards and 20. That's 4.4 yards per attempt. Chuba Hubbard played 53%. Royce played 45%. I feel like that's more the blowout there at the end. As they like Chuba. DJ Moore 97%. Robbie Anderson 95%. I still like both those guys. I mean, definitely DJ. But
what about Marshall? Is he just
he's out?
Phased out?
Well, he's out. He's injured.
Still?
Yeah. Well, he was injured this week.
Is he still hurt?
I think he's injured this week again.
Okay.
That's why. Kirkwood, Robbie Anderson had 9 targets, 3 for 14. That man in the last 20 targets has managed 25 yards. That's historically bad. Ow, dude, stop! No, why are you hitting me so much?
Sorry.
All right,
don't.
Well, that hurt.
Did it really?
Well, kind of. It tickled me and hurt. Like I have a little spot here, dude. I'm sorry. Fucking A.
Well,
you got a little drunk and he fucking started stabbing me, dude. Michael Myers. I know it's Halloween and all, but at least you didn't do it with a pen. I still believe in this
I'm
Panthers
sorry.
team. You're fine. I still believe in this Panthers team somehow.
I do too, right?
I don't
Right?
know why.
Why?
It's my love for DJ Moore.
When does
like
Gilmore
the
come back?
defense.
Have we looked that up?
No, well, I think he's
Week
eligible to
8.
come back this week. Yes, but I don't know how much
Plus
help. Help.
plus the kid with the broken
No, he's out for the year.
foot.
Yeah,
Oh, he's. Oh.
that's why they got Gilmore.
I thought he was coming back. Oh.
Still, like next week they have who do they have? It's a tough game. It's like a comparable. They have the Falcons. So again, that's a divisional game. Falcons are -3, so they're on the road. So it's like I feel like this is like the opposite of
the Panthers. Dude.
Yeah, I think this is the same thing that like we should have taken the Giants last week.
I'm taking the Panthers, dude.
Yeah,
I can't. The Falcons aren't that.
Right.
Fuck.
That's tough game, dude. Maybe take the under, but you can't even say that, dude.
What's the under? Over.
46.
No, Vegas. See, Vegas is caught up to all of our preseason leans here. So
Giants are 2-5, and the Panthers are 3-4 now.
no, gotta take the Panthers plus points against
Yeah.
the Giants.
Well, we thought that just -2.5 was cheating against the Giants. So, sorry, you're talking about against the Falcons.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the Giants here for a second. Daniel Jones didn't have his best fantasy game. 23 for 33, 203 and a touchdown. He only added 8 for 28 on the ground, which is not much for him. Devontae Booker had 14 for 51 and a touchdown, also adding in 2 for 15 through the air, which is a pretty nice game, 70 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
I was telling you all year, right? You're like, what is Saquon's backup? I was like, 75% of Saquon.
I still don't trust.
You don't trust 16 touches, and the thing is, Elijah Penny. Here's the thing: Booker played 82% of the snaps, and they played 72 snaps.
I think
So Booker played 57 snaps, brother.
over under Booker has 55 total yards this next game.
I'm not too bullish on his yards. I can tell you he's gonna have 15.
I
touches.
guarantee if you were looking, it's probably 85 or 95.
Right.
I gave you a 40-point offer just to make the $5 bet.
What I like, I'm not betting on you. I already have my 2 locks for this week. What I like about Booker is he's gonna play 75% of the snaps, and he's the most likely to score a touchdown. I like that. With the receivers out, it's not much. It's a running back too that you can fire up and get you 10 points.
You think he's more likely to score a rushing touchdown than Daniel Jones?
I'm talking about the running back position.
I'm saying rushing touchdown.
Even.
Stevens.
Stevens.
That's not good.
Well, Daniel Jones has the ball, so.
So would you rather have James Conner or Kyler Murray at the goal line?
I'd rather have James Conner.
Yeah.
Well, recently, because.
How things have changed! Oh my!
Can I get to the wide receivers here?
No! Let me bask in this.
Let
Let me just inhale this
you
for
want
a
a
second.
little wine glass here?
Oh, go ahead.
He's goofy. He shaved his hair and his facial hair, and now look at him. He's taking. I'm the one with less charisma right now.
Yeah.
I'm just like all business. You're just like getting all good. I love it. Pound it. Rob squared. Let's go. Slayton 61%, Ross 51%, Pettis 49%. They beat the Panthers handily with those receivers. Bullshit. And Devontae Booker. What's going on here? I would still make that bet again if I could go back in time.
Yeah, I would. I felt like we were on the right side.
We
I
were,
don't feel
but-
like
It was rough.
I feel like that Carolina let us down more so than we just made a bad bet, right?
You know what's funny is my buddy I work with, Joe Leskis. He won't be listening this far in the pod, but if you are, he asked me about kicker options, and I was like, is Zane Gonzalez available? All right, kicked that early field goal, and I wanted to sing in Zane in the membrane. I liked him this week against the Giants. And Graham Gano was also widely available. I was like, is Zane available? And he's like, no. And he's like, who do I go with? He's like, do I go with Bullock or like one of these other like shit kickers? McPherson was available, like some really bad kickers. I was like, go with Graham Gano.
Yeah.
I didn't follow that in any of my leagues. Because
Yeah.
Zane was available in every one of my leagues.
Yeah.
Graham Gano was 3 of 3 with a 53-yarder and 2 extra points.
My two,
Fucking guy scored 14 points.
all I was gonna say is my 2 kickers that I've been only 2 kickers that I am not willing to drop this year have been Gano and Carlson. And I've had them in both leagues. I lucked into Carlson in a few leagues. I've had Gano in a couple leagues.
Yeah, he's a very good kicker.
No, yeah, just watching him kick, he looks like a champ.
He's a
So
baller. Yeah. All right, we're gonna get back with the late games
Plus,
here.
hey, I have to say this. R.I.P. Will Lutz.
Yeah, out for the year. Sorry, man. I thought you were gonna say he died, but I knew better. He didn't die.
Might as well.
Real quick, let's take a shot for the end of this episode, just for the people. Little small guy, pour it up,
just for the people.
and then we'll be back with the late games and some more facial hair talk and whatever else. Enjoy it.
No, I'm focused.
All right, he's focused. Bengals at Ravens, a game he called. He picked for his bet segment. Pound it. Nice. Bengals rolled some fucking nutsacks, man. 41-17, which makes us salty because we lost so much money on the Ravens working the Chargers the week before, and then look what happens at home. They get worked by the Bengals. Worked. And I will say we were both high on the Bengals preseason, were we not?
I was hoping that went to 7.5. This recent one, the Bengals. I think we had a couple of Joey B preseason, maybe comeback player of the year things. I think we had, right?
Hey, we got a guest host here.
Oh,
Ryland on the podcast. Say hello. We're recording right now. You're on the podcast.
Oh, wow. Hey, podcast friends. Am I on speaker?
You're on speaker. Right, on speaker.
Right, bro, yeah.
Well, I'd like the entire podcast to know that Jalapeno Businesses 1-0 week 1, so it looks like my projections were right. So,
Say that one more time.
You said 1-0, your projections were right?
my projections are accurate. Jalapeno Business 1-0, and I'd like to double confirm how corrupt Rod's League has been.
Oh!
This is our fantasy football podcast, though, so none of these people are in the basketball league. Maybe, hopefully they're listening, but
You might have some cross.
Yeah. What are you calling about? Anything quick? Because I just figured I'd answer to get you on the pod temporarily. I can call you back later.
About meeting Luka Doncic.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get back to you on that one. I'm gonna have to call you back, but I just want to say hi to you, Rylan, and Caps wants to say.
Real quick, make sure you bet on Eric Bledsoe over 20.5 points, rebounds, assists for the game.
Really? Well, let me give you my quick 3-game safe parlay of the night. Miami, Indiana, Memphis. Be prepared to make some money on those underdogs. Let's go.
Well, one more time. What was it?
Miami, Indiana, Memphis.
Miami, Indiana, all money line?
Oh, money line.
All money lines.
All right.
All faves.
Wow. All right, Rylan. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for joining in, and you'll see yourself on the pod here shortly. Love you, buddy. See ya. All right, so. Rylan, faggot.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh,
I was trying not to put it on film. I was trying to be discreet about it.
You saw that.
I did, yes.
Well, no, here's the thing. Is,
you put your phone in my face.
No. What's ironic about that is I love Rye Bread.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's a love-hate for me because I've had some issues in the past. I'm not going to go into those right now.
No, I wanted to talk to you more privately. I'm like, what?
Why it's on there is my old phone. Somehow some of my contacts transferred over, and that was one of them, and I just never changed it. I think it's a funny name.
All right, well, either way.
You can't say that because it's not PC.
So,
Sorry,
bonus NBA, what was his part?
It was, I know it was Indiana, it was Memphis, and it was Miami.
Oh,
Miami's the one I don't like.
Honestly, I love.
You said that.
No, I like all three of those. Hey,
right.
Whatever he said. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go to the
All right.
here.
Bengals Ravens 41-17. We'll go to the stats here. Joe Mixon played 54%. P. Ryan's ass.
I don't need to take notes for this one.
Played 54%.
I know what's going on here.
So Mixon 12 for 59 and a touchdown. P. Ryan 11 for 52 and a touchdown. Even out. Mixon did not have a catch in this game. Concerning. I feel like they're still kind of limiting him because of the ankle. Yeah, the offense is great.
Not concerning, but yeah.
The offense is great, like we thought it would be, and Joe Mixon's a big part of that offense, and they need him to go where they want to go.
He's going to be a bigger part going
Love
forward.
it.
I'm telling you right now, he's going to be a bigger part.
Besides Chase, he's the second best player in that offense. Agreed.
Chase right now is a revelation.
Yeah.
I'm just statistically, if he continues what he's doing, it's statistically impossible. Like, there's no chance in hell.
Yeah, can't.
They have a top 5 offense. Mixon's going to feast, dude.
We actually called that. Remember we were talking about Mixon for our bets? I said top 8 offense, top 5. And
I consulted you when I was buying my cards. I said, what about Mixon? And I bought 2 of his rookie cards signed.
Mixon, ultimate buy low right now because this offense.
So still?
Oh, yeah, still. Because he hasn't been actually killing it. He hasn't had that. He
good
hasn't had a
game.
3-touchdown game though. The dude's due for a
So
3-touchdown
you think
game.
he's still like, even though he's been performing as a top
He's
10,
been doing okay.
he's been like a top 10 or 12.
Yeah, but he's better than that, and this offense is better than that. And
So
he's
you
actually
think
got a
even
good
though
offense.
he's a top, we'll call it top 12.
Buy low for sure, dude. This guy's fucking good. He's Dalvin Cook, man.
All right.
He'll be Dalvin Cook.
No, do you legit think that's the public perception?
No. The public perception is hating Joe Mixon, and his numbers aren't that
So you
great.
think Mixon's perception is lower?
Put it this way: in this game, he had 12 for 59 and a touchdown, no catches. P. Ryan had 11 for 52 and a touchdown.
My question is, if I'm a owner that has, let's say, Kenneth Gainwell and Tyler Lockett,
Uh-huh.
trade it?
Would I what?
Trade for Mixon.
I want Mixon in every trade, so yes.
So you trade Gainwell and Lockett for Mixon.
I would trade Gainwell, Lockett, and bang a dude.
So you do more. So Mixon
and bang a dude. So what is that worth for you?
has a lot of value left.
Yeah.
Because I'm not willing to bang a dude to do a trade.
I love Joe Mixon, depending on how much the league is, yeah.
Okay, that's
I'll
fine.
wear a rubber.
That's what I'm curious, because my perception.
I was just using that for effect. Like, give more.
My point is you have a higher standard for Mixon than I think most people. Right?
I do.
So I think I represent the public a little bit more.
Mhm.
I'm saying publicly, Mixon has been struggling. I feel like you can get him low right now.
Yeah, or add value what you drafted, but you should pay. He'll be better than that. Is what
I
I'm
think
saying.
you can get it for less than a
Okay.
second round.
Yeah,
pick.
love it. Love
Right?
it. Love it.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase.
Okay.
He's very good.
He's all right.
We said it. We did a whole dolphin joke.
I refuse to speak
And-
about him anymore.
he saw. We both have no shares in one of my 10-team leagues. He was dropped before the season, and I didn't use a waiver claim on him. That's how far off I didn't. Not talking about drafting him. I didn't use a waiver claim on him, bro. He had 10 targets, 8 for 201 and a touchdown. The man's a monster. He looks the part. He is Justin Jefferson from last year with touchdowns. So one thing I will say though, so CJ Uzama pillaged everyone else, right? He had 3 targets, 3 catches, 91 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But Tyler Boyd, rough riders. 7 targets, 4 for 39. T. Higgins had 15 targets.
He had 39 yards.
Tyler Boyd had 39 yards. Remember
Did
we
he
had the
really?
35.5 over for yards and didn't hit it? He had 39.
If he had 35.5,
He was 39.5.
Oh, he got 39.
Yeah. But, well, who I want to talk about here is T. Higgins,
Yeah.
who we both traded for 2 weeks ago. And I'm loving the trade right now because...
We might do a inter-Robble trade.
We might.
Mike Thomas for
T. Higgins. After this week, because I'm playing you, I can't give you him this week.
would
He is
but
right.
but for the people out there that are looking for fantasy
If I wasn't
advice,
playing you, I would do that.
yeah.
Yes.
And so just to put
If I had a better record, too.
to put in perspective, I'm the Michael Thomas owner.
Yes.
He's the T. Higgins owner.
Yes.
And we're talking about a league that's 1 quarterback, 3 receivers, 2 quarterbacks, 1 tight end.
Two running backs.
It's
one
just
tight end, no
straight,
flex.
it's
Yes,
straight
yes,
down
no
the
flexes.
line, right?
And I'm 4-3, and I'm playing him this week. That's why I'm not doing the trade. If we weren't playing each other, and I was 4-3, I'd probably do it.
We talked about doing this trade last week.
Yeah. If I was
Legit,
5-2,
We almost shook hands
Yeah.
on this trade last week.
if I was 5-2 and wasn't playing you, I'd do that 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Because Thomas is probably out. This week for sure, and probably next week. We'll say week 10 he comes back.
Sure.
Either way, Michael fucking Thomas, dude. But we both like Higgins, correct?
So I'm hesitant to expose my hand too much because you're the person I want to trade with. I genuinely don't believe that MT is going to come back and make an impact. I think he's burnt that bridge.
No, I do.
So you're.
I'm not just saying that because I have him in 20 leagues.
This is a good conversation to have, right?
I'm very confident in him.
This is a good
yes.
conversation. So moving forward, you're confident 100% he's going to come back in and command 30% of the target share.
Yes. 33% actually.
If it's over 25%, it's a win.
Yes. 33%.
My point is, as long as he's commanding a quarter of the percentage,
Mm-hmm.
he's talented enough to My concern is I think he's burnt that bridge with that organization.
Well-
I think they realize they can win without him.
You know what the thing is? They could win and maybe make the playoffs without him, but to make an actual run at the Super Bowl or just the NFC Championship game, they need fucking Michael Thomas because Callaway ain't getting it done.
I agree with you.
And
But
we'll see.
I don't think that the team thinks that.
Here's the thing: is for those of you, real quick, I know you play fantasy the same way I do, and right now you're in a different situation because you're under 500 and like you want to make the playoffs. That's why you're willing to deal
in the
with
league
Thomas.
that we're talking about.
Yes. If you were in another situation, you wouldn't be dealing him. You know what I'm saying? If you
were
were like firmly in the playoffs,
all right,
you
well,
would be
let me explain my.
we play fantasy to win. Both of us do.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get second
third place
Yeah.
or second place.
No, like
So,
second place is fine.
Trading
but-
for Michael Thomas right now is I'm going to win my fantasy league
I think
move.
so.
No, I'm not saying it guarantees you that. I'm saying it's an aggressive move. And if it pays off, you will win every league. Like I have Michael Thomas in 20 leagues, and obviously a lot of those leagues are fan tracks where there's no trades allowed.
Yeah.
So I can't trade him. And if I'm 6-1 or 7-0 or 5-2, why would I ever trade Michael Thomas when I had him all this year? I'm 5-2. I'm going to hold on to him, and if he is 80% of Michael Thomas that we know, which is wide receiver 1 through 3. Not a wide receiver 1 through 3, like the wide receiver 1 through 3,
yeah.
and he comes back as wide receiver 13, you win every league because you're adding him as your flex, dude. He's gonna have 7 for 70 every game. That's 14 points and a touchdown every other game. That means he's averaging 17 points a game, which is what he's gonna do. And if you add that as a waiver wire pickup, which is what he is essentially, you're not beating that team that's already 6-1. And you have Michael Thomas?
All right, Rembrandt. You painted. You honestly. There's a beautiful picture.
Oh, beautiful picture.
But let me Picasso a little bit.
Give Picasso it. What do you got?
I don't think that Thomas is going to come back and just like unconditionally just fit into that scheme. I think they've been grinding out. They figure out to win games more times than they should have. As the Saints roster is constructed right now, especially with the injuries on both offense and defense. They found a way to be 4-2 when they should probably be 2-4. They don't need Michael Thomas to win the games. That's my philosophy now. I don't trust Michael Thomas's mentality. I don't trust.
It's a risk, man.
No, I'm just expressing my thoughts.
Yeah.
I don't trust him, and I'm exposing myself because I'm probably diminishing.
You want your dick out?
No, I'm diminishing my trade value as someone that owns Michael Thomas in a couple leagues.
Right.
I'm diminishing the value of him.
A couple leagues, one league.
Well, I've been in a couple leagues.
Not me. I'm in every other league, so.
I'm not in every single league with you.
Oh, you're not?
No, it's not we every single time we talk fantasy, right? Like you have your leagues, I have my league, and we have our leagues,
our
right?
leagues, yeah.
So I have the league that I'm discussing with you. We're talking
XFL.
MT for T Higgins. That's the trade I'm willing to make.
And if I wasn't playing this week, I would.
That's
Real quick, though, I have to cut you off because this is a Bengals-Ravens conversation, and we went into a Michael Thomas conversation, which is so on brand. Rob Squared, let's go. We love it. That's what we do. Because guess what? It was a valid conversation about T. Higgins. We got to go to the Ravens, though. We have to kind of digress a bit. There's not too much to go into here. That they laid an egg, and this is what we thought they were. Not this bad, but it's been a little bit of a farce.
exposed them a little bit.
Yeah.
They were exposed for the team that really are. A good team, not a great team.
Yes, and I don't think Lat Murray being inactive caused them to lose by 25 points, right?
They're a competitive team, but not a team that's going to win a Super Bowl. I'm going to tell you right now, the Ravens aren't.
No, and Lamar Jackson can only do so much. He still had a solid game. It was 15-31, 257 and a touchdown, so not a great completion percentage, but he was playing from behind, and he had 12 for 88 on the ground, so that's a Lamar line if I've ever seen one. So like I said, Lat Murray was inactive. Their rushing game was non-existent. Apparently the Bengals defense is the steel fucking curtain because Devontae Freeman had 4 for 14, did have a touchdown. Tyson Williams 2 for 10, Le'Veon Bell 5 for 5, trash, dump him, drop him, not in fantasy, like he needs to get out of the league.
Yeah.
What the fuck, bro? Why are they playing him? And Devin Duvernay had 1 carry for -2 yards. On the receiving front, Whoopi Goldberg had 14 targets. That's real nice.
Was this the week he had that one catch in the back of the end zone?
Yes, really nice catch too. Wow. So he had 5 for 80 on 14 targets, which is not efficient, but I don't think it was a reflection of him. Marquise Brown, by the way, around here we call we call him Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh yeah.
What I said
Whoopi.
I sounded like a fucking Boston guy there.
So
Whoopi Goldberg.
We call him the Wookiee Goldberg. It's no big deal.
I sound like Rocky, dude. Like it's Sylvester
Hey, yo,
Stallone.
Adrian, you want a Whoopi Goldberg?
Hey, yo, Adrian!
You want a Whoopi Goldberg?
5 for 80 and a touchdown, though. We'll take that all day long. And that catch was fancy, right?
That was nice, yeah.
He's really becoming a complete receiver. And the number one, especially since Sammy Watkins is out.
I'm not going to go that far. He's
the number one in that offense.
He's had a hell of a start to the season. I'll say that much.
He's a so high. I mean,
yeah.
for sure. Like,
yeah.
But
I know you want to hold on to him all you can because right now you can afford to because you have Michael Thomas coming back. So
yeah, I should probably sell him high. Nice point. Bateman came back though and had 3 for 80, 6 targets, which I do like. He looked pretty explosive in the touches. He had no catches in the first quarter. Other than that, Andrews, we both thought he had a big game from watching Red Zone. Yeah. 7 targets, 3 for 48. Like it seemed like we only saw his catches.
He had big plays.
He had a 24-yard gain and probably like another 20.
They're probably all on third downs.
Yeah,
right?
And he's fine. I mean, we like Mark Andrews. Can I say that? I think we do. Nothing really else about it. Brown played 86%, Duvernay 49%, Bateman 63%. The running backs were evenly dispersed, so nothing really there.
Yeah, Mixon will be back. P. Ryan's going to go down. Mm-hmm. Chase probably above what he's going to produce the rest of the year. Boyd and Higgins definitely below. Uzuma probably above. Freeman and Le'Veon Bell above. Tyson Williams probably a little bit below. Brown, who the hell knows, honestly. And Duvernay and Bateman. I think Bateman has the right amount of snap share over Duvernay. 63 versus 49.
You know what? You can't just read stats on my podcast.
Well, no, I'm just
giving you.
I'm just trying to think about how I'm looking at this game.
I know.
So,
you should do that every time you want.
So to me, the Ravens are still overrated.
Yeah.
The Bengals were underrated, like we've been saying all year.
You see what I was doing there, though?
No.
So you not to read stats, even though I only read stats.
Yeah.
But I do the fucking research, so let me do my fucking stats.
You read your stats.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Trying
I'm just kidding. I love it. Found it. God, we have such a great rapport here.
That's nice.
Our rapport is getting good. This is almost our 63rd podcast. We're getting up there. And real quick, just wait until football season's over because we are having some good conversations about whale brains and mammal brains and dolphins and dogs and conspiracies and all that stuff. Right?
All right. So here's what I suggest.
What do you suggest?
Legit.
Real quick.
If people legit I know there's not many people that watch us.
There's some.
Well, there's a handful of people that will habitually watch us.
Yeah, they should.
And we do appreciate those people. I think there might be legit. We do. We really do because we do this for fun. We're not this literally takes money out of your pocket.
Both of our pockets. Time is money,
not
right?
necessarily for me, but
but time is money.
For you, you're taking time out, spending time with your fiance and
thanks, Eric.
Work and it means a lot for us.
It does.
But we don't expect much from you guys. What we'd like, I would say, is maybe a little bit of interaction. So based on what we're talking about, what were we talking about?
We're talking about the future in terms of when football's over, right?
Yes.
Some of the Joe Rogan style pods, right?
So obviously we like to talk. I mean,
we love talking. I especially like talking. Anyone that knows me knows I like talking. I can't stop interrupting this man.
Yeah. So
it's tough to get nipples.
Yeah. So there's going to be plenty of football for the next couple of months.
Oh yeah.
Outside of that, we have a lot to say about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we do. Doesn't always mean it's right.
So I guess here's what I was trying to get. Legit, the 10 people that actually watch us habitually, give us the 10 likes. If we get those 10 likes, I'm not asking for much. 10 thumbs up button. It's 10 people. And then we'll do the maybe a little long format.
Yeah. A
little off sports, a little bit. We're always going to do the sports.
Oh, yeah. And there's still draft stuff. There's always NFL, right?
In addition to.
Right. And NBA we're getting into soon enough. But what we like is, it's not just football. For us, it's a friendship, right? Yeah. And I'd like to think that the people that are watching this can tell the vibe is real. This isn't like a business thing. And if you ever hung out with us, there's a reason that we, in the past, could only hang out like once, twice a month. Because every time we hang out, next thing you know, it's 7:30 a.m. And a lot of times, it's not with the aid of drugs. In terms of, we'll be drinking, but it's not, there's no uppers involved. We're the upper.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm the upper, you're the upper.
Conversation.
We have a spark. It's, and even if we've seen each other 3 times that week, there's always something to talk about. I'm always going to be like, sticking it into you about, not my dad.
Not where I was going, but as soon as you
Waller.
said that,
Why'd you draft Darren Allen? Yeah. All right.
But if you guys saw how much we talked about outside of the pod,
you would be like
10 times as much as we talk on the pod.
You should be like, why don't you just record everything you do? It's like, then you'd have 30 hours if you want to give our text messages, which is mostly just me sending him dick pics, and different angles and different lighting. I have a whole different setup.
Not even his dick, just the other guy's dicks. No.
I go to the subway, not like the spot where you the transportation subway. I go to Subway and I just go to the bathroom and I'm like,
hangs on
look
the
at
urinal.
look at this guy's dick.
The gaps in the in the bathroom.
This is why.
No, my point was. Let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead. This is why this podcast is the best. Because you ain't going to hear any Subway dick talk anywhere else, you motherfucker!
No, I remember. My point was, give us 10 likes.
Yeah, please.
We're going to start talking about, aliens.
Yeah, anything.
Not frequently, but we want a long-form podcast about just
simulation theory, circumcised penises, whatever you want.
10, if
yes.
I suppose.
We'll do it either way, but we'd like it.
If you give us 10 likes, we'll feel a lot more confident about doing it.
Yeah, right.
If not, we're still going to do it.
Yeah, we're still going to do it. So, fuck you, bitches.
Anyways.
All right, Eagles at Raiders. 33-22, man.
Whoop some ass.
2 weeks in a row. Get Gruden out of there and you kill it. We're going to start with the Eagles here. The Eagles are trash. Jalen Hurts, 18-34, which is 52%, which is on par with his career. Bad. 236, which is nice, 2 touchdowns, no picks. But that was, I feel like, a lot of in garbage time, was it not?
Always is.
Oh, yeah. He's the ultimate garbage time quarterback.
Birds, yeah.
What do you think he is right now? Quarterback 7, just straight garbage time?
I saw a stat. I think fantasy-wise, he scored 60% of his stats in the fourth quarter. It might be. It might be somewhere between 50 and 60% of his stats.
That's not great.
Fantasy-wise in the fourth quarter. Yeah.
So he had a 13 for 61 on the ground, which is what he does, 50 yards rushing. Sanders actually started off the game well, which is ironic that he got hurt. He had 6 for 30 in the first 8 minutes of the game and then injured his ankle. He gone. So Gainwell came in, 5 for 20 on the ground, not great. Boston Scott, 7 for 24. So the snap share after the injury, well, just in general, was Gainwell 51, Scott 33. I feel like that's a 50-50, and that's an avoid. I like Gainwell more, obviously. I feel like Gainwell stays in his role, and Boston Scott takes over the early down role because he's more experienced in that, and he's bigger.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. Gainwell's not an every down back, and they like Boston Scott.
Well, Sanders wasn't every down back.
No, Sanders is good, though.
I'm just saying.
They didn't use
Gainwell
him.
was getting more touches than Sanders.
Yeah, it's just a mess, dude.
Let me just say this. Gainwell was getting more touches than Sanders prior, and now he's getting the rushing plus the receiving touches.
Right. Yeah, well, Gainwell for sure over Scott. I mean, I'm not trying to say pick up Scott over Gainwell. I'm saying I feel like Scott is more of the early down back where Gainwell is going to get more of the priority touches.
Yeah, the early down back on Philadelphia means 1 or 2 carries.
Which is what? Yes, right. It's like Latavius Murray, Alvin Kamara.
Why Boston Scott all ever?
Not at all.
Don't pick him up.
I did in case Sanders goes on IR in some leagues and Gainwell gets hurt.
I think Sanders will miss 2 weeks.
Right. It's not a bad injury. So moving on to the wide receivers, it's not great. Devontae Smith actually had 9 targets, 5 for 61. We like that. Bounced back from his 2 catches from the week before. But he is a borderline wide receiver 3. I don't like it. He's a good player, but with that quarterback and their skill sets don't match up.
Yeah.
Not great. Jalen Reagor actually had 2 for 25 and a touchdown. No, right. Played 81% of the snaps. Quiz Watkins, 72%, and he had 2 for 37. You can't trust any of those wide receivers. The guy I wanted to talk about was Dallas Goedert, though.
Yeah.
The last 2 games, he had five targets, 3 for 70, and he played 93% of the snaps.
That's a lot.
And the week before, if you remember, the week before Ertz was starter. He had COVID, but the week before that, sorry, it was 2 weeks ago. I can't talk. He had like 3 catches for 80 yards again. He's making big ass plays. Now Ertz is gone.
I think preseason, before we realized Ertz, all right, Beach Boy,
The monkey. Yeah.
monkey. All right. Before we realized Ertz was going to be so involved in Philly's offense, Goddard was a top 5 tight end, right?
Yes, for sure.
So
Touchdowns.
So now, I think it's easy to slot him in as a top 5 tight end. Like,
agree.
there's no, regardless of all
top
this,
8 in my mind, but
top 5 to me. Regardless of the stats that you read, it's Goddard's a top 5 tight end. Rest of the season, no doubt starter for me. Every single week he's available. He has a week 14 bye.
love it. All right, Raiders side of the ball here. They're playing well. Josh Jacobs got hurt again. He's been nursing a toe injury, other injuries
What
all
was the
year.
injury?
It was a back or a chest injury. I don't know what that means. It was a clavicle or a collarbone. I think clavicle is a
Okay.
collarbone.
I'm curious to see. Yeah.
Pack muscle. I don't know. They didn't say anything yet.
Okay.
So they said it wasn't serious, but I think he might miss. Chance. They have a bye next week, so actually he's fine. I wouldn't be worried about him missing that week. If he had a game this week, I think he might miss.
No, to your point, I tried to with that news. I tried to trade Drake. So here's the trade I offered. If you had CeeDee Lamb, I offered you. Excuse me. You had CeeDee Lamb and you had Miles Sanders as your RB1.
Mm-hmm. Ew.
And someone like me happened to pick up Gainwell.
Yeah.
But also had someone like maybe AJ Green and Renfro. So I offered Renfro, AJ Green, and Gainwell for CeeDee Lamb.
What league are we talking about?
We're not talking about specifically.
Yeah, we are.
We're talking about scenario.
I wouldn't do that now.
As the CeeDee Lamb one?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. What is this ball deep? Yeah, it is. All right. So Drake did well, 14 for 69 in the relief with a touchdown. I feel like it was John Gruden holding him back a little bit, even though John Gruden signed him.
I genuinely believe Drake is going to be a flexible person.
I know, and I dropped him in a couple leagues that I could. So, but Jack Jacobs did have a touchdown, 6 for 29. So he played 36%, and Drake played 39%, Rashard played 24%. Again, the bye week helps to where we expect Jacobs back, so it's kind of a moot point. Wide receivers wise, Foster Moreau, and this is tight end wise, played 100% of the snaps because Darren Waller was out.
Yeah.
And he killed it, man. He had sick. He's the home. He is a identifies as a. I'm trying to tiptoe around this. He's a homo. Nice. Okay. Well, goddamn, man.
It's not tiptoeing.
I know. He's a homosexual.
Yeah.
Does he give or take?
I don't know.
Well, what would you guess?
Apparently he receives a lot because he's a good receiver.
I'm guessing that guy's a big bulky guy. He gives. Just some little twink. All right, he did really well. 6 for 60 and a touchdown.
That's swing.
Yeah,
I hope
he wants.
No, I know. I just hope
Beats my ass.
one day in real life that you somehow have the balls to call that man a twink in real life.
No, I didn't call him a twink. I said he has a twink. He's a top.
Oh, okay.
That guy's a power bottom. That's not anything. All right.
Either way, I just hope you have the balls to.
This might be the most fun podcast we've ever done.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, can we keep this going?
I think
Fireball.
I think if he whooped your ass, that would be the best podcast ever.
Hey, man! He's gonna whoop your ass because he's gonna find out our location from our film, and it's here. I don't live here.
I think if you got to whoop your ass, that would take a lot of stress out of the John Gruden stuff.
Right. Doesn't the
all the homophobic and transphobic?
Doesn't the twink already take a lot of stress off him because he's a twink?
I mean, that's you speaking.
Yeah, I know. Well, anywho's, he did better than Darren Waller's done at all besides week 1. This is kind of concerning, as the Darren Waller owns everywhere. Well, let's talk about the wide receivers real quick. Edwards 89%, Ruggs 71%, Renfro 55%. Renfro doesn't need many snaps to produce Because this man still had 7 for 58 and 8 targets. It's like clockwork,
That's
man.
his basement.
Well, I would say his basement for 550.
4 for 40.
Yeah. I've been saying that's his average.
Well, I'm saying if you need a starter, like if you need someone on your bench for fantasy football, Renfro is like if you need a toss in for a trade, right? Like get Renfro, and like if you need a week 13 starter, he's 4 for 40 guaranteed.
You've been talking about Renfro for 2 years, so I mean the guy's good, dude. Imagine if Renfro had Brady as his quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Wow, and his car, which is the next best thing, right? Ruggs played 71% of the snaps and still had, 4 targets, 4 for 24, which is not the best, but added a 7-yard carry. So I'm saying they're getting him involved. They're getting him 5 touches a week. It's just a matter of time before he busts out. I like him as a boomer bust wide receiver 3. Going forward, I think that he's built his confidence up. I would trade for him right now. I don't like starting him in season long, but
I'm intrigued by Edwards. I'm going to say that much.
Yeah.
I'm keeping an eye on Edwards.
He had 3 for 43 and a touchdown.
That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
I'm not going to say any more. Like, don't go trade for him. Don't go trade him away. Anything like that.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
No, but
little TLC action. All right, Lions at Rams. You called this one. 28-19. Rams won. 69 snaps for the Lions, 65 for the Rams. This one should be real quick. DeAndre Swift, very good at football. The nice thing is that they're actually giving him the ball now. So he had 13 for 48 on the ground, but he added in 10 targets, 8 for 96 and a touchdown. Now, he played 75% of the snaps. His last 4 weeks, here's his snap share. 73, 74, 78, 75.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's what they should have been doing all year. He's a top 10 back right now in PPR.
for sure.
And someone called that way, way long ago. You have any Swift thoughts real quick, besides the fact he's really good?
They have a bye next week. Jamal Williams has been hurt. If I'm a Swift owner, I am looking to potentially trade him high.
Still, yeah, because he's not going to get much higher than this. That's coming from you.
As a 5th or 6th round draft pick. I mean, he was
you could trade him for a second.
When I first started drafting in June, he was a second round draft pick, and he fell down to the 5th. Now he's the 3rd overall running back in fantasy.
Question,
Go ahead.
real quick. This is an awesome hypothetical for you because this is like both your heartstrings, negative, positive. If you could trade Swift and Renfro for Najee Harris.
No chance.
Okay. Swift and Renfro for Joe Mixon.
No chance. No.
Oh. Well, you're
No,
trying to say,
I'm looking.
Here, have some for yourself, buddy.
I was looking for. So if I'm trying to trade Swift, I'm thinking, all right, I got Swift in the 5th or 6th round of my draft.
Uh-huh.
Normally, if I get a running back that late that is my RB1, I might be looking for a receiver.
Yeah.
So my thinking, like we discussed this. I said essentially Swift for CeeDee Lamb rest of the year.
Well, there you go.
Right?
Well, Najee Harris is equal or better than CeeDee Lamb in my mind, but you're just against the Steelers, so.
I don't think you could trade Swift for Najee. I think people that have Najee are very, very excited about the amount of receptions and targets. Or with Swift, personal belief is Jamal Williams has been hurt. He's been nurtured. He's been babied along. He gets this ceremonial first carry,
touch, yeah.
and that's it. The last 2 or 3 weeks, but the 3 weeks prior to that, he was averaging 15 or 16 fantasy points. Yeah, go ahead. You're the only person you have to raise your hand.
Well, I do that. So you know how you say we both call it the ceremonial first touch.
Yeah.
Now this is kind of like inappropriate. You ready for this?
I don't know.
Yeah, you are. So can we call that the Michael Jackson touch?
What?
Because it's the first touch.
Ceremonial though?
Well, no, it's the first touch. So like Michael Jackson was always the first touch of these children.
Ceremonial means that it's repetitive.
And it was repetitive too.
Was it with him?
Oh yeah, he groomed him. It wasn't just a one-time thing. He wasn't having one night stands with these children. Multiple sleepovers.
I thought you could afford that.
So, we're making this a rule. The ceremonial first touch guys, the Jamal Williams, there's been others in the past. It's called the Michael Jackson touch. And we're explaining it now, so then we don't have to later.
Fine.
We don't have to explain it every time. It's great, though, isn't it? You like that?
I don't like associating Michael Jackson's raping with anything.
It wasn't raping.
Well, you just said that.
The last thing, there's a difference.
His ceremonial touch, the first touch of the boys, became a habitual thing. I'm not necessarily.
This podcast is epic, by the way. We're killing it.
All I'm saying is, I understand the point you're trying to make.
Yeah, you just
However,
don't think it is good to talk about, or
I think that Jamal Williams' ceremonial touch is a lot different than.
No, I know it is. It's just the idea behind it. Jamal Williams is a great guy.
No, I think the idea behind it's a lot different too.
All right, moving on here. Khalif Raymond, 81%.
Please, let's move on.
St. Brown, 62%. St. Brown had no targets somehow. He was on my one night stand list. No targets?
I think he had 20 targets the 2 weeks prior.
Shit, man. And Raymond did well. 8 targets, 6 for 115. Apparently, was our man shadowing him?
No, you want the context of the game?
What's the context? They were always going for it on fourth down and punts and shit?
Yeah, so they scored the first points. I think it was a field goal.
Yeah.
And then they onside kicked.
Uh-huh.
And then fake punt. And then fake punt. So
and the Rams had the ball the rest of the game?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Right. Obviously, I mean.
No, that's the context.
Or
you have to realize the Rams had 2 possessions in the first half.
Right. Pretty much.
And here's the thing: the only reason that happened is because the Lions were inefficient 1 through 3, and then either converted on fourth or a fake punt. So
I like it. All right, Rams end 65 snaps. So somehow it was 69-65. But I feel like the Lions probably ran 40 in the first half or 45, and the Rams in the second half. Darrell Henderson, man, 88%. He didn't have a great game, 15 for 45.
He's a stud, though.
He did have 6 targets, 3 for 19 through the air, so this is not one of his better games. I'd buy low for me, but ideally, if I'm going to buy low, not a buy low, a buy for me. But I do want to have Sony Michel on my roster if I have him, because that's like an ideal situation where you know you have the backup.
I'm not concerned.
Okay, well.
I'm just saying, by opinion. I understand what you're saying.
I love Sony.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm not. If you can somehow finagle Henderson buy low, I think that's a steal and a half. I'm not worried about Sony Michel. That's what I'm saying. If you're going to buy.
No, I'm not worried about him taking his job. I'm worried about the injury. That's it. Well, I know you can do it with every player.
Stealing the job is the only way he's going to steal the job. Is
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about the injury.
You should be.
You're saying that you're counting on the injury. I'm not worried about.
Right. I'm not saying Sony's going to take his job outright. I'm saying the injury.
I'm saying and I'm not.
You can get Sony for nothing.
If I'm inheriting Henderson, I'm not concerned about injury risk.
All right. Cheers me real quick.
Right?
Our last shot. Not ever, but that sounded very cryptic. See you guys. We'll see you. We're never going to see you again. We're done.
Those are cyanide pills.
Mm-hmm. All right, Van Jefferson.
We better make this call right because it's our last one.
No. Well, I've been high on Van since the first podcast. He played 94% of the snaps. Mm-hmm. Remember how you had Deshaun Jackson as your one-night stand guy?
Yeah, I'll bet you $5 right now. Deshaun Jackson has more points than Van Jefferson this week. On camera.
Deshaun played 6% of the snaps.
Mm-hmm. That's not
doesn't concern you?
No.
All right. Well, what does concern me is Cooper Kupp. 13 targets, 10 catches, 156, and 2 touchdowns. It concerns me because I didn't go all in on him this year, which we both should have. And my first bet with you was on Cooper Kupp.
The funny thing is we were fading Robert Woods everywhere.
I know.
Right?
So why didn't we fucking draft Cooper Kupp? Because I was the one saying Matt Stafford was going to help.
Exactly.
Well, do you remember one of my hot takes was Matt Stafford was going to outscore fucking Josh Allen in a 6 from passing touchdown? Where was he going to?
Candidate.
I know. So where was he going to throw those touchdown passes? But apparently, I thought it was to Tyler Higbee and Van Jefferson, and he is throwing into Van Jefferson. But that's a separate argument, right?
Well, 3 times a game, yeah, you're right.
No, like Van Jefferson is he had a touchdown this game. Van Jefferson has 4 touchdowns.
He's averaging 4 targets a game. That's amazing.
Van? Yeah. Oh, way more than that. What are you talking about?
Let's see. How
Van?
Many? Yeah. I bet she's not averaging 4 or 5, more than 4 or 5.
Van Jefferson has
4 targets for the year.
No, well, he has 21 catches, 304, and let's see, 3 touchdowns. 2, 3, 4, 7 games.
I want the targets as well.
12.
All right, 21 catches over
27 targets.
21 catches
games.
over 7 games.
4 targets
so
a
that's
game.
3 catches.
4 targets a game.
3 catches, 4 targets.
Yeah.
All right. So we're all right.
But he has 3 touchdowns.
Look how accurate we are.
You're really
Look
good.
how accurate we are.
But he has 300 yards, so if you extrapolate that, which what I do.
We don't have to extrapolate. Let's
Right,
do the
he's doing well
numbers.
though, right?
Yeah. No, I wasn't off by much.
No, yeah,
you weren't
yeah.
off by much. We're right in the middle.
Right, and
Right
where
in the
you
middle.
drafted him was great, but Cooper Kupp is just slaying souls. 2 more touchdowns.
He might
He's
be
like
the
the
first 2,000-yard receiver.
Yeah, and with like 15 touchdowns, like Jesus Christ.
He might be the best receiver of all time,
Like-
single season.
Yeah, he's what I thought DK Metcalf would be, man. Not the volume, but the touchdowns, and it's fucking crazy. So
Yeah.
Again, though, I would sell Cooper Kupp though, right now. Right? I don't like doing trading the best player.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm a Cardinals guy,
Mhm.
so
I would trade Kupp for Hopkins right now.
Oh yeah.
And I'd get something else, though, too, right?
Yeah, if you can.
Unpopular opinion.
All I'm gonna say is I can't. Normally, I would fade someone like Cooper Kupp's production for through the first 7 weeks. Like, let's fade that.
No,
It's
we can't.
Not sustainable. I don't know that Cooper Kupp's fadeable right now.
No. He's not going to do this though. Like
My point
his
is-
best is behind
My point
him.
is, let's say that.
What is he at right
Let's say DeAndre Hopkins had done the same stuff that, like, he was leading the league in yards. He was leading the league in touchdowns. He was top 3 in the league in receptions, right? Like,
Right.
he's the best receiver by far. At that point, you sell. But the thing is, Cooper Kupp, he's been consistent through every single game. He hasn't.
Dude, do you know what his lowest target number is this year?
No, I don't.
What do you think it is?
13.
No, well, his lowest target in one game would be. Like, what's the lowest number of targets he's ever received
8.
in a game?
Oh, ever?
Yeah, this year, 7 games.
8.
10.
Yeah.
10, 11, 12, 13, 10, 12, 13.
Yeah.
Fucker's got 9 touchdowns. The fuck? Here's his year, bro. It's really silly. It really makes me sad. I mean, it's silly.
Well, he's on pace.
It's 56 catches, 809, and 9 touchdowns.
He's above pace. When Calvin Johnson broke the he's above pace.
Calvin Johnson.
He's above pace.
This dude's white that ran a 4.5.
He's above pace.
But all right, so Tyler Higbee, real quick, 100% of the snaps. Love it. Every week I say it. He had 5 for 39.
I think if you have Higbee as your
5 for 46.
if you have Higbee as your fancy tight end, you're fine.
You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
All right, Texans Cardinals. Your Cardinals, who we're gonna see on Thursday night. You're super excited. They're 7-0. This was not even a close game. The Texans got a safety.
Hey, just so you, I just want to point out, you
Yeah.
can't win our bet anymore. You can only lose.
What?
now. The Cardinals going.
Oh yeah, I already lost that one, dude. Nice call.
Give me some credit, dude.
Oh, dude, I've been slurping you all the time on the Cardinals bet. That's why I said that the Hawks are your Cardinals for me.
But I'm not taking victory laps on the
No, you
Cardinals
should,
already.
bro. What do you mean?
No, I'm not yet. But this is one I'm proud of.
So all the Niners,
No,
people that fucking slurp the Niners.
I don't care about what everyone else says. This is what I'm proud of, to say that they're going to go 8-2 in their first 10 games.
Yeah, no, they're gonna go 9-1.
But my point is, like, I have to win one out of the next 3 games.
And you already won it.
No, I know, but
You were higher. I've said
this
it.
is my proudest pick.
Yeah.
Honestly,
You
was
were-
saying that they're going to go.
We based the podcast, like the first episode. Ironically, we were planning on doing all the divisions, but with what we do, we can never finish anything in the time we want to. And it was we did NFC West first, just in case. I don't even know why I did. Just talk about the Cardinals first.
Yeah.
And the first thing we talked about was the Cardinals, because I knew that your love for Kyler was just so hot. And it's equivalent to our love of Brad Pitt, right?
That's not love.
It's
Here's the thing.
Respect.
People see love and like a guess. No, it's more of an observation. Like,
Agreed. Yeah, you saw,
right?
and no one else
I
saw.
saw the value.
Disrespect, right? All right. So Texans, real quick, they suck. 56 snaps. They scored 5 points. The running backs, nothing, dude. It's a three-way committee. It's trash. David Johnson in PPR is the only one to trust because he had 5 catches for 27 yards. Just nothing, dude. We're going to skip over this whole team.
Called that 2 weeks ago.
You did, and I picked him as my
called
one
that 2 weeks ago.
And then Brandon Cooks 5 for 21 on 7 targets. Again, this is rough. Wide receiver 3.
I would say buy low on him, honestly.
Yeah, because he's going to be there, but
he's the only one.
He is the only one there. We'll talk about the Cardinals. Not real quick because it's the Cardinals, and I'll interrupt you with some dick or tranny talk.
No.
Kyler Murray 20 for 28, 261, 3 tutties and a pick. So the volume hasn't been there, but he's been super efficient, and he hasn't been running. Yet he's still a top 3 quarterback. So he's gonna throw more because the the game scripts aren't always gonna be so rosy. They're not gonna be 7-0. They're not gonna go. Sorry, they're not gonna go 17-0. And they're gonna have some adversity, and the game scripts aren't gonna be perfect. Eventually, he's gonna have to throw more, and he's gonna have to run more. So for me, fantasy stock is gonna go up. So he's playing great in real life.
Yes.
But his fantasy stock, he might play worse in real life going forward.
No,
he's gonna play. I don't mean worse, but
you're
equal.
100% right.
He's going to be better in fantasy, dude. Because you know what? He's going to have more rushing touchdowns. He might have more than 20 yards rushing in a game for once. The fuck, bro?
Here's the scary thing: he's the MVP of the real world.
Yeah.
But not the MVP of the fantasy.
Yeah, right. And it's going to switch.
Yeah.
Even though it's still going to be the MVP of the real world and fantasy world.
Because Derrick Henry's not going to score 3 touchdowns.
No, Tom Brady's going to get. Their defense can get better.
The defense is worse than the Cardinals. I'm telling you right now,
right.
It's worse. The Cardinals are a better team right now, as it stands.
And it's better for the league for fucking him to get MVP.
It doesn't matter, but the Cardinals are a better team right now. Like, top to bottom, the Cardinals are a better team than the Bucs.
Yeah, I like the playmaking ability at quarterback. It's close.
Similar receivers.
And I like their coach at least isn't hungover.
People are sleeping on AJ Green so much.
Oh, I agree. He's crushing, man, and it's not really like translating into fantasy value yet. It's still solid, but the man is playing 90% of the snaps. He looks healthy. He's hungry. He's leading that team.
Hey, real quick, look up AJ Green's year. What are his yards for the year? That's why I want to know.
AJ Green has 406, 555.
That's what I'm saying. So if you watched the podcast early in the year, preseason, it was 550.
550, yeah, and you put the over.
550. And was he at
406? We've already won a couple of those. My Mike Williams 5.5. He already won that one.
All I'm saying.
Joe Mixon 7.5. That's not really a finish yet.
All I'm saying, he's a premier receiver. I mean,
I agree. The only other talking point I want to have here, because Hopkins might miss if that happens Thursday night. Boom for Green, boom for Kirk, boom for Moore, and also boom for Zach Ertz. Now Zach Ertz had a really nice showing. He had some nice plays. He looked scrappy, looked good. Zach Ertz only played 49%. It was his first game. He had 7 days with the team.
That 3 catches were
right.
The 1 catch was huge.
Awesome touchdown. I'm saying he only played 49%. So
I don't legit.
Rest of the year, Zach Ertz.
Do you see that going away?
No, I feel I'm playing more.
Like he's Max Williams with talent.
Dallas Goedert or Zach Ertz going forward? I'm going to take Goddard because I feel like there's less competition, but it's close. I feel like Goddard's 7 and Ertz is 9.
Goddard might have.
Would you agree?
I don't know what Goddard's catches are right now, but he might flirt. I would say preseason he was going to flirt with 90 catches. He may have been slowing down a little bit. He might flirt with 70 or 80 catches, which is going to be phenomenal for a tight end. I'm telling you right now.
I agree. All right, Bears and Bucks. This one will be quick because it's trash. Justin Fields, we like him as a player. It's not happening this year. Khalil Herbert, though, 18 for 100, 5.6 yards per carry. He played 77% of the snaps. Took over that job, and he's going to steal some of David Montgomery's work, as much as you hate to agree with that. We'll talk about that another day. Receiver-wise, not good, dude. Mooney, 86%. Robinson, 94%. Yeah, if you can get something for him for a week or two.
Please
do that. Allen Robinson had 4 targets, 2 for 16. I keep on betting is over. I'm going to keep on doing it.
I just straight
right until I win. And Cole Kmet, though, here's the crazy thing is Jimmy Graham wasn't inactive. So Cole Kmet, he wasn't great, but he had 5 for 43 on 6 targets, and he played 89% of the snaps. So Cole Kmet going forward, top 15 option.
I'm just going to tell you right now for the Bears.
Oh, I saw some other stuff on here. Hold on. The Bears, yeah, crumple that up.
Yeah, for the Bears,
Go on.
crumple
Yeah,
it up,
there you
and toss it.
Yeah, they're done. Bucks, though,
Oh,
a
not
couple
done,
notes.
but just that game, toss it out.
Yeah, a couple notes. Tom Brady's pretty good at football. 4 touchdown passes. It was a 600 touchdown pass. He's going to break every record. It's ever going to be touched. God damn it, Tom. Running back wise, Fournette had a pretty solid game. He's the number 1 in that backfield. He's an back end RB1. 53%, but 15 for 81 on a touchdown, adding in 2 for 9 in the air. Other than that, it was Jones and Bernard both getting about 18%. Ronald Jones, premium handcuff, because if Fournette goes down, they don't trust Gio to handle the ball, in terms of rushing. Ronald Jones takes Fournette's role. Maybe less catches, more carries, and I've been telling you this forever. Fournette's a better all-around back. Ronald Jones is a better fucking ball carrier. Better athlete.
You're right about that. Yeah, 100%.
If you give Ronald Jones 20 carries,
Fournette's a better runner.
He's just more trustable, right?
I'm going to tell you right now, it's
you trust Fournette more.
Right now, if you're going to trust anything in the Buccaneers backfield, it's Foles Gold.
Right.
I don't.
What I do trust is Ronald Jones if Fournette gets hurt.
I trust trading Fournette at a premium.
Oh, right,
right
for
now.
sure, dude. If you try
if you count on Fournette to be your running back 2 for the rest of the year,
yeah, he's gonna burn you.
Good fucking luck. Get him for Jerry Jeudy.
Yep.
Get him for Michael Thomas.
Yep. Love it. Look at
Right?
you. Look at you. Look at you making trades.
Trying. No one accepts him.
Yeah, no, we can talk about it on the podcast. Yeah, you already touched me. Look at Rylan over here. Real quick. Antonio Brown's hurt. Crutches, heel injury, long-term injury out here. We're talking IR. He's going to go on IR. Mark it down.
I'm telling you right now, I've had.
Right?
I'm not comparing myself to a premium athlete.
Yeah.
I've had the same
And
injury.
Younger, too.
I had a.
It's your foot?
No,
Touch it.
No, it was the heel. I know. I think I know what he's dealing with.
You got nice legs, bro.
It says, shut up. It's a heel. So I had an inflamed ligament right here on my Achilles, and I was out for about a month and a half when I was in 6th grade. And that's someone that can rejuvenate. Like I was playing ghetto baseball. We were playing on a basketball court in the apartment complex. Bam! I was running to first base, and bam! Inflamed ligament in my Achilles. Same thing that he has. I was out for a month and a half.
Huh.
Yeah.
I expect in the next couple of days they place him on IR because they're 6-1, and they have no reason to push Antonio Brown.
If I've heard,
Godwin stock up, right?
If what I've heard about Antonio Brown is correct, not injury, not season ending, but it has to be a month, dude.
Yeah. Why would they push him back? He's old. Tyler Johnson stock up. Obviously, Godwin and Evans stock up. Godwin more than Evans because he's been not quite getting the work. Tyler Johnson, though, is worth a look.
Godwin's a god.
Right? He is. And Gronk's coming back this week, and I put the tight end numbers on here, but Brayton, O.J. Howard, whatever, Gronk's coming back. Three-way committee. Again, fade Gronk, though, because I'll say this in
trade Gronk right now because he's coming back.
And
I
say this because he's catches 2 touchdowns every game. Right?
I will promise you right now, I'll bet money on it. Gronk's stock is as high as it's going to be all year.
I hope. All right. Colts 49ers, Sunday Night Football.
Yeah. My Colts.
You called it, man. You called it.
My Colts.
His Colts. He's got a cult for the Colts. Oh, is that a good joke?
No, but how about my Colts call?
I know, man. I trust your calls.
No, you don't.
How about my Jonathan Taylor trade?
No, you don't. That's why you're losing money when you bet. Because you go against. You just do
I'm
your own
against
bet.
you.
You're against me.
How about my Jonathan Taylor call?
So?
Thanks, man.
I guess. How much money you went off of it?
Well, I'm about to win about $12.
No, you think you're going to win.
Oh, fuck you, Worm. I won it last year. Well, it was one game. Whatever. All right, Colts
I'd rather
30.
win the money right now.
Well, I'd rather win in fantasy because I win lots of money in fantasy.
What
Colts
do you got?
30, 49ers 18. It was a sloppy game in terms of weather. It wasn't calling for it. And obviously, when you're in San Francisco, you don't expect a rainstorm like that for 4 hours. It was rough, right? Like, really, really bad.
Yeah, when you're in San Francisco, you expect no.
No wind, no rain, no nothing, no weather.
Yeah, no earthquakes.
Pasadena, bro.
No earthquakes.
Well, no, you
nothing,
expect earthquakes.
You expect no natural disasters in San Francisco.
That actually favored the Colts in this game because the Colts have Jonathan Taylor, Naeem Hines, and the Niners had Eli Mitchell and Kyle Juszczyk.
Taylor fucked up at the beginning of the game.
He's still amazing.
No, of course he is. He is
Top 5 back, right? Especially when they trade Marlon Mack this week.
No, he's Josh Jacobs on a team that gives him the ball more.
Better than Josh Jacobs, though.
No,
100% better. What are you talking about, dude?
Same place.
Not even close, bro. What are you talking about?
Bet.
Josh Jacobs ran a 4.39, dude. Josh Jacobs ran a 5.55. Or sorry, 5.55. 4.55. I'm just saying, like, the thing is, Jonathan Taylor is a bigger back than Josh Jacobs and faster. Whatever, you can say what you want. I'm just telling you what the numbers tell me, and the eye does tell me.
Yeah, the numbers. Yeah.
Well, no, what I watch.
Yeah, keep going off the.
I'll go off fantasy and who's better. But,
no, that's not fantasy. That's combine numbers.
Oh, I know, but
I don't give a shit about the combine numbers, dude.
Well, it's about drafting guys. You're
Get the fuck out of here. Combine numbers. Dearness Johnson ran a 5.3. Just so you know. That's
right?
why he was drafted in the 4th round.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm just telling you that if you're trying to compare Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Taylor, you're insane.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
You're insane for not thinking they're comparable. What are you talking about, bro?
I mean, well, who's better? The fuck out of here, bro. You don't watch football. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. We can agree to disagree.
No, we're going to fist fight now on camera.
You had a bad shoulder. I'll whoop your ass. I had a bad knee. You're touching me. Wow, we're going to have some fun after this.
Nice.
All right, Jonathan Taylor played 69% of the snaps, though, bro. Like that. Marlon Mack was kind of like playing 12%. So he had 18 for 107 and a tutty. Dude, he's had like 90 points the last 3 weeks since I traded for him. Fucking
well, no. As soon as you trade for a guy, you get Derrick Henry.
Yep.
And he scores 3 touchdowns a game.
Right.
You get Jonathan Taylor. He averages 180 yards a game.
Love it.
Good for you, bro.
Somehow I know how to do that shit. I don't know. Like maybe I'm giving these guys other things other than the fucking play.
Gaslight. Maybe like a gaslight.
Is my mouth just using?
Is that what you gaslight?
I don't know. I want to know why I'm suggesting this. Are you?
You tell me. You said that.
I just suggested.
You're the one who suggested you're sucking dick.
I did, and I didn't, and I haven't.
Hey Nick, come on, don't be shy. He's sucking dick.
Fuck off. Hey, Nick in the house. All right, Jonathan Taylor, Naeem Hines played 28%. It wasn't great. He had 8 for 14 on the ground. Did add in 1 for -2 through the air. Not good.
What?
But Naeem Hines stocked up, right? With Mack being traded. It's going to happen, right? Mark it down.
I'm not counting on that.
You just traded from Naeem Hines?
I'm not counting on that.
Me neither.
I know that I'm not worried. Legit not worried about Mack. Hines is really working his way back into his role that he had last year. He was hurt last year.
Right, I'd agree.
Like he had that. Were you watching the game? He had that wide open screen pass. Like
I think I missed that one.
It would have been like a 90-yard touchdown.
Hines?
He dropped it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. We have to do an honorary Jack Doyle mention.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely! Oh, I'm talking for Jack Doyle. He's awesome. He's the best.
Absolutely.
So he played 74% Mo Alley Cox, which Jack Doyle wish he had Mo Alley Cox of Jack Doyle. Or Andrew Luck wish he had Mo Alley. Either way. Cox played 63%, but Mo Alley Cox had 3 for 25 and a tutty. I see Jack Doyle with 1 target. So Jack Doyle is the blocking back. We keep on going over this, but the reason I bring him up is the injury report. And if you didn't notice, he's always questionable with a glute injury. Why is that?
Because you're gayness.
Because my gayness?
Yeah, you're trying to make it gay.
I am. Well, it's because he gets fucked in the ass by Andrew Luck all the time. All right, 49ers scored 18 points. So 30-18, Colts. Now, they ran 56 snaps, and Eli Mitchell, actually, remember when everyone spent all their fab and waiver on him, and he got hurt and it was trash? Now it's looking like smart, even though most of those people probably dropped him, right?
I'll take You want Eli Mitchell? I'll take. Who's the I just picked up?
I don't know. But Eli Mitchell had 18 for 107 and a touchdown. So he's getting everything. Kyle Juszczyk's the only one getting the work, and Hasty played like 8 snaps. But this coach, man, he's kind of a moron.
Niners are
They're
2 games
joke.
away from being one of the worst teams in the league.
My question is, why did they draft Trey Sermon?
Niners are they're trash.
Yeah, they're joke. Why did they draft Trey Sermon though? Do you know why?
You would know better.
No, because why? They traded out to get him, and it was like the 3rd or 4th round. But like, if they're not going to use him when other running backs get hurt, what are they doing? Like, they had a chance. Why did they draft Trey Lance if they're not going to use him? They're not going to play him. They drafted these guys for the future, even though they feel like they win now. And guess what? They're not going to win in the future because the Cardinals are in the division.
What did we say
Right?
preseason?
They suck.
Niners last place in the division.
We did. I bet
Both
they're
of
not
us.
going to the playoffs.
Both of us.
Found it. Debo Samuel is on a tear. 11 targets, 7 for a buck, and a touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, though, 71% of the snaps. Oh, 100%.
Ayuk, buy low. Debo
Well, no.
high.
Brandon Ayuk pick up in the waiver wire because
Well, you just dropped
not
him.
even using. Oh, of course I did.
I'm picking him up.
Go ahead.
All right.
Well, you see why I dropped him, right? Who did I pick up?
I don't know.
Because I have Hardman. I can't draft Hardman. I love Hardman.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so no, yeah. So
Debo's
once Kiddo comes back,
Debo's too high.
right?
Ayuk
Too
too
low. Way too
low.
low. Yeah.
But are you counting on Ayuk with the way?
No, I just had to drop him.
The way the Niners season's going, I 100% agree with what you're.
Right. Hey! He's so physical right now. Why is he fucking beating my ass,
Cindy
dude?
Lauper over here.
Yeah. Saints Seahawks. Awful game, man.
Oh, I thought we're done.
Somehow the Seahawks played 74 snaps. Seahawks 56.
Be quick with this.
I'm gonna be quick with
I have
this
nothing
one.
to say about
Kamara 20 carries, 51 yards, but he had 10 catches for a $120 fucking 8 and a tutty. The only people I want to talk about here is Callaway, who played 92% of the snaps. 7 targets, 3 for 32, like that. Numbers weren't there. And Adam Troutman is back, boys. Yes, it was only 3 targets. Yes, it was only 3 catches. Yes, it was only 36 yards. But he played 86% of the snaps. I feel like he is getting back to streaming territory when Michael Thomas comes back. The offense will be better. You know, not top 12, not top 14, maybe top 16.
Real quick, I'll say that I think Jameis Winston is very, criminally underrated. I think he's a premier passer. Legit, his deep ball is one of the better deep balls I've seen in the league. I don't know.
No, I like him.
I don't understand the hesitancy about him.
Ow!
Oh, I'm sorry.
What the fuck are you doing? He's beat me up today, folks. He touched it. Can I talk about the Seahawks real quick? DK Metcalf, man. You see that fight him and fucking Lattimore had?
You better hope he doesn't get
Don't fuck with fucking DK, first of all. 2 targets, but he turned that into 96 yards and a touchdown.
Bruh.
Oh, that's right in the camera.
He's
Other than that, though,
we're still going, huh?
the running back situation, Collins has 16 for 35. But he only played like 40% of the snaps. I threw my paper. He's hurt right now. And Penny had 6 for 9 in limited snaps. It's rough. The whole team's rough. Get well, Russ. And again, Tyler Lockett, 3 for 12, 2 for 12, 3 targets.
Yeah.
Until Russ comes back, you can't start him.
Well, legit. All right. So Alex
Right.
Collins, Chris Carson. Those are guys I'm selling.
All of them.
Let me think. The name. I'm selling those names.
Uh-huh.
I'm buying Lockett right now because Russ is back week 10. 2 weeks.
If you have a relatively decent record. If you're a losing record, you can't buy Lockett, right? Let's clarify that to the folks.
I think. Would you do? Let me think of a Al Robinson and Tyler Lockett.
Oh, Robinson. Depending.
Really?
Close. That's trash. Either way.
That's why we disagree.
All right. Hey, Rob Square.
It's based off our names.